this island. Be still.
Always stream with
That's why mine are always black.
There we go.
Hereafter, so that we remember our bonds, we shall always come together in a circle.
It's not so much chill. We hit so many different topics to jump all over.
To hear and tell of deeds good and brave.
You went full cookie puss.
Hi, I'm just look.
I will build a round table where this fellowship shall meet.
So that's why it's the round table. We're all equals here.
Well, at least I'm not pulling a rickshaw.
Remember it well then, this night, so that in the years ahead, you can say, I was there that night.
There's a lot of shots being fired.
And it sounded like somebody was sucking down their microphone like a slack jaw bundle of sticks.
Whoa, there's no gay frogs here.
Good and evil, there never is one without the other. Where hides evil then in my kingdom? Always where you never expect it.
It passes through Antifa ranks. It smells like cat piss and kitty litter.
Yeah.
And patchouli.
I know a few YouTubers who smell like that.
And look upon this moment. Savor, rejoice with great gladness.
And welcome to the round table.
For it is the doom of men that they forget.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Apologies for not having a stream on Friday, but we are here today. And another heads up, next Sunday, the 28th, we won't be doing a roundtable. We'll be headed over to Draven's and possibly Tony's, back and forth. I don't know. There's a couple of things going on next Sunday, but we'll talk about that later in the stream. But yeah, we're just going to it's a little bit of a chill one tonight. We're going to talk about a couple of things, recap the events of last night as well, because boy, did we have fun over on Draven's channel, and we all cursed like sailors. It was glorious. That's the Mario Kart recap we'll do a little bit of. But let me say hello to my guests here. I'll save Trina for last because I think she's still doing something right now. But say hello to Runner, man. We got Runner in the house. How you doing, man?
What's going on? Happy to be on. Thanks for sending me the link. Just got out of work, so I'm a little exhausted, but I'm happy to talk to you guys.
Nice, man, dude. It's great having you here. There was plenty of trash being talked last night, but
yeah,
it was just gaming trash talk. That's it. So
yeah.
No worries there.
I could have lost a friend last night, but I didn't. It was pretty funny.
Instead, we have another bad bro to the family.
Is he Robin?
Oh no!
Of course
today.
you'd make that fucking comment.
Oh jeez.
You're the youngest, so it makes sense.
Wait. Which Robin though?
We'll talk about that later. Let me just
no one
finish the
likes.
intros. The one no one likes. Draven, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Last night was pretty fun. And like you were saying about the wrestling, that's gonna be both on my channels, Saturday and Sunday. Do Rampage on Saturday, and then Sunday is the pay-per-view.
Nice.
So.
But is Tony still doing the other one?
I think we're skipping Night of Champions because Rampage is on Saturday this week.
All right. Oh, whatever. We'll figure it out. There's plenty of time in the week to see what's going on and not.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know. Yeah, Sunday is booked right now. So, but dude, thank you for being here. And I know you guys are already starting to go at each other again. This recap's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is.
And that great laughing voice you hear, as always, that's our man Chris Fisk. How you doing, brother?
Oh yeah, that's right. The King Shifalo was there for the racial ceremonies because I like racism. Zing.
He was dropping a little bit of gasoline on the fire last night. It was great.
Yes, I was. Dance, my puppets, dance.
It was a fun time. Yeah.
That was so good, dude.
We got Pop in the house. We have Adam, super fan Adam Shawhan.
That's right. We were stirring the pot, man. We had some big ass spoons, and we were just, having so much fun with you guys. It was a moment to be shared with great friends, as it was, and fun was had by all.
That's right. That's right. We would try to put the brakes on when Etep's kid came in. Not on the cart, but vocally with those F-bombs and stuff. We were trying to behave, but some people didn't get the memo right away.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, there's Cyclops. We also got the Doc in the house, and he's been grinding away on good old Resident Evil Remake 4, and that's an awesome thing. How you doing, Doc?
I missed the party last night. What the heck?
Do you have Mario Kart?
No, I'm just throwing it out there. It would have been fun to watch anyway.
Yeah. I wasn't playing, and I had a blast.
Well,
somebody has to be responsible, Doc, and unfortunately, it had to be you.
Is it easy to stream Nintendo to the YouTube thing? Draven?
No, it's actually more difficult than the other consoles.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, because you need a capture card. There's no direct. Because again, in Japan and in general, they're 10 years behind.
All right. Well, we got to drop more links then when we do it next time. Do we know when there's going to be a next time, or do we all need a little bit of a break?
All we got to do is talk to the man in the corner.
He's not answering. He's probably playing another game. Do we know what we're going to schedule another round of Mario Kart?
Oh, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, because I have to work the next following day.
Okay. Just double checking.
So, yeah.
Right.
It'll be
next weekend's Memorial.
It'll be every other weekend until I guess ETEP or one of them can get a capture card.
What's that? I hear Memorial Day. We should have a gold card off. I like it. I like it.
What day's Memorial Day?
Yeah, next Monday. Oh, not tomorrow, but the next Monday, because tomorrow's Canadian Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
So next week is ours, and I think I'll be out of action because my nephew's graduating high school. So big family stuff.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
Cool. That's awesome. That he's graduating.
You're not allowed to have a family, Chris. Where are your family?
Throw them off the table. What's wrong with you? Off the round table, man.
Let's get back on the rickshaw.
Family.
Familia.
Why does he not deserve to have a family?
Familia, everybody.
That's
Speaking of family, we have another one who hasn't been on for a couple of weeks, but she's back. She was taking a little bit of a break. We have our sister in arms here, Trina. How you doing, Trina?
Hi, I'm well. It's great to be back again. I've missed doing this, but the break was good. I needed it. But yeah, looking forward to the stream, and I would love to be a part of one of those Mario Kart nights because I love that game, and it would be a hoot with you guys.
Oh God! Oh God! I just.
Hey, you're definitely.
Oh my God! I just pictured the New England Have you ever heard Toll Booth Willie? Oh God! What are you doing? Sorry, Trina.
Oh boy. Well, before we get into all of that, let me say a quick load of the chat. Adam was the first one in tonight, so hail Adam. We got Toy Mafia, Trina, Brutal Morningwood. Let's see. We got Papa Cotton. What's up, Papa? And we have Tina Bojan as well. What's up? Let me see.
TNT.
I don't know who else is going to pop in, but Brutal, if you want a link, I could drop you on. Brutal's always very entertaining when he's on here. Another good person. I got to find him on my messages and stuff, but there he is. Paste. But we got a couple of topics we'll be hitting anyway. And there is some interesting stuff. This kind of sucks for Tommy. He's going to try to make it a little bit later, but I don't know if he's going to be able to come on tonight. Fingers crossed, because this is his perfect stream. It's a little bit of the destruction of Disney. There's something that happened on on Twitter, and he wanted to kind of slap them in the mouth. There's a few things, and this kind of stinks that he's not here right now. But yeah, well, we know the hiring that happened over on Twitter. That woman who's part of the WEF, and she's already implementing things, and they're already getting very ass picky about certain topics. And Tommy had said something which they deemed to be some kind of harassment or telling someone to off themselves, and that's not what he did. He literally told the politician that they should go eat crayons, and they were going to suspend him. This was hilarious. Tommy was like flipping out at them, and he did some research on Google, and he went, how many crayons would it take for somebody to actually kick the bucket? And it's funny because it didn't give a proper number. It just said that crayons would induce somewhat of a laxative-like effect
You'll
on the
be
body.
blowing up your toilet.
So he grabbed that screenshot, which was glorious, and he sent it over to them. He fought them on it and won within minutes. I thought it was amazing.
That's hilarious.
Again, it's like, literally, how many crayons could you eat before it killed you?
Wait a second. That explains what happened when he visited the Pope. The crayons.
This is true. I think we have some footage of that. It's right there.
Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
He was licking too many crayons and sniffing. Unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. They were going after him because he told one of these politicians, like basically, you're an idiot. Like, he couldn't even what a fact, and then he said, "Yeah, eat some crayon." And they were going to
honestly. Oh, sorry.
Draven.
I was just distracted by Draven.
Blast off.
These are shoes.
Crayon consumption
from
the shoes.
That was from Chappelle, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Yeah, that was from Pop Copy.
Yep.
Wow.
No,
that's right.
Like politicians, man, they're public domain. They're public servants.
Yeah.
Like they deserve all the shit they get. These are scumbag parasites.
Oh, absolutely. And with all the money that they pull in and all the stock, they became financial wizards. They beat Wall Street. I'm gonna say Walmart. They beat Wall Street with their picks. There's two of them. It wasn't just Nancy. There was one down here in Florida, Debbie Wasserman Schultz or whatever her name is. This one, she picked it better than everyone. She even beat Pelosi with her stock tips, and she's sitting there trying to berate people. Oh man, it's just the whole thing is a circus.
Yeah, it's stocks aren't a gamble when you're the legislator that actually legislates these people. You're making the policy. Like every one of these people should be pulled out of office and then just tarred and feathered. In my
basically. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know?
Man. Yeah, I don't like politicians.
Nobody does. It's crazy. I don't know how anyone's fooled by anything anymore either. By the way, Tina, if you want to pop in, I dropped you a link as well. So
did they end up reinstating him then?
Tommy? Oh yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, he came back. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Which is great because I think he already started slapping them in the mouth again. He likes that JoJo.
Oh God.
And Brooklyn Defiance or some nonsense.
The dad that the deadbeat dad.
Yeah. He was. I don't know if I can repeat it on here. Yeah, it's just another criminal, another crappy person. Did you see the one? This was funny in New York. There was a guy who robbed an Apple store in a mall.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get away.
Carmel.
He hopped over the rail and he dropped to the bottom floor. And then he tried to get up. The guy shattered his pelvis or something, and then kept.
Yeah, he broke everything.
I didn't see that. I don't think.
Oh, dude. You know, it's not. Yes. I just saw still frame footage of like multiple frames of it. And you see the guy taking his last hurrah into the air, and then you just see him flat on his back, but his hip is turned, and his leg is his left leg is over his right leg or whatever.
So he Dante marketed himself.
Picasso.
No. Yeah, he pulled a He pulled a Miguel from season 2 or season 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that was a great way of putting it. Hold on, I got the footage. I have the footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I was gonna say I really want to see this.
Yeah, this is kind of glorious.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the leg.
Go, come on, y'all.
Now look, he's gonna try to get up,
Oh my god.
and down goes
There
Fraser.
ain't no
Wonk.
hit there.
Yeah.
Wonk.
Oh,
It's his
absolutely.
neck. He broke
Oh,
something.
You know, we're not supposed to
Yeah.
like get negative karma, like when you're laughing at other people's misery or whatever. But this guy did it to himself. Nobody forced him to do this.
This is the craziest thing out of all of this. Is
I
that
always wondered what would happen if he jumped off a thing like that.
you're not good?
Falling
He
bad.
didn't even hang off
The
properly.
hospital. That's what would happen.
To the hospital.
Yeah.
It's like
I know he should have dropped down to the floor and then stretched his arms out and got the minimum amount of distance in the drop.
yeah, he landed right on.
Like
his
that's a
head.
rib. Yeah, that's a rib and a hip.
Yeah.
Or just don't play fuck around and find out.
Right.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is why like Darwin was, you know, we got to keep how was evolution supposed to work if we protect the stupid?
That's how you get a Vinny shoulder.
Ouch.
What? I didn't.
Look at
Vinny,
that.
were you trying to rob an apple? Oh my
Jeez.
god.
I still know
Sorry
how
for
this
the
happened.
Mario music.
to be honest.
Jeez.
It's probably from backhanding all these bitches and Mario.
That's great, Vinny.
Well, here's brutal. Speaking of being
Hey.
brutal. How you doing, man?
I believe I can fly.
Not this fella. Which again, this was so funny because this idiot, all he had to do was walk out of the store because in New York they're not arresting any of them. They're not arresting anybody, and it's funny too because they said, "Oh, well, robberies down in stores." It wasn't. They stopped reporting the robberies, but they said every other crime shot through the roof. Well, then
He looks down.
Mayor Adams decides to, make a statement going, robbery is it's blown up in such tremendous numbers. We need help in stopping this. We're going to set up a new program. This is hilarious. They're going to set up kiosks in these stores and these malls because they're saying it's a psychological issue. So they need rehabilitation on like their thievery. Isn't this hilarious? So there's going to be no arrest. They're going to waste more taxpayers' money so that they could set up a kiosk where they're hoping a criminal will rob a store, then go up to the kiosk and go, "I need help. I just robbed someplace. What should I do? Am I like a klepto?" Yeah,
Dude, this is
I'm
what
sure
happens
that's
when you
gonna work.
feminize a culture.
Yeah, that isn't gonna
I need help carrying all this pilfered goods to my car. That's
We
what I
need the adults back, dude. We need to get this whole feminist garbage out of our government and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and like reinstate the patriarchy because this
I
is
guarantee you, he has connections with the people that make the kiosk, and he's going to get huge kickbacks if it gets.
Yeah.
that kiosk is
know.
racist.
I know Walmart has
Hey.
like facial
What's up,
recognition
Jules?
things in their thing, and they like keep a tally of how much people steal, and once it hits a certain amount, then they
Send them a bill.
because under a certain amount, it's like a misdemeanor or whatever, and they don't really get any time for it. And after a certain amount, and then it's just like hard jail time. So they let it rack up until
Well,
it
you
gets
heard-
to where they actually do jail time, and then they,
Well, you heard what happened in Chicago, right? There's no more Walmarts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's the
that's-
same thing with Targets.
The last one is shutting
Wow.
down. I think it's in Portland as well. I think that's
Yep.
where it is.
Yep, they're chasing them out because there's no business there.
I want somebody to intermingle all that with the commercials I keep seeing to come visit Chicago.
I didn't even know
Right.
Walmarts were shutting down Chicago, and I live near it.
Yeah, well, there's been such a rampant amount of shoplifting. There's literally videos every day of these, oppressed Americans just going in flocks, just robbing these places wholesale.
Well, that
isn't
I'm
it
not-
just funny
that I'm
though
not
that it's
surprised
only in
about.
Democrat-ran cities?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, and not only that, but like not only like this goes back to the whole Karen thing. Like, not only do these people allow bad shit to happen, but then they actively thwart any and all attempts to address this bad shit. Like, look at all the people that are being like all of the quote unquote vigilantes or whatever that are like that Vietnamese guy in that ran the head shop in, I want to say Vegas or Nevada somewhere, who like basically ventilated that one Dindu who like was robbing the place. And he just you know, yeah, and I'm dead. Well, they basically now they're deciding to press charges against him. Same thing with the Marine that just stopped a raving Michael Jackson impersonator for beating the shit out of people on the trains.
Well, hold on a sec. Yeah, because I wasn't finished with this one. They said if an employee ran out of the store and tried to stop him, that employee would have been arrested, not the criminal. Not the criminal.
Wow.
You know,
that shows you what the Democrats are trying to do to this country.
Oh, absolutely. It's ass backwards in every possible way, shape, and form. They want crime. They want this stuff. That's what it looks like. Because I'm sorry, if you have these laws in place that are protecting the criminals and it's hurting the people, the good Samaritans and the people who are trying to do the right thing, come on. This is getting out of hand on every freaking possible level.
There can't be any like two ways about it. This is absolutely intentional.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
not
that,
police
but
and see what happens when the social workers don't show up.
No.
You know?
What's going to happen is we're going to start seeing people hunting down people with cell phone cameras filming these things, and nobody's going to hear or see anything. You know, we're going to have to get to the point where we're going to have to go back to insular communities like we were in the 40s, where nobody saw nothing. I don't know where that guy, the car's at the edge of our neighborhood, but he never came in the neighborhood. I don't know where he is, officer. Nobody in this block saw him.
The three monkeys, hear no evil, see no evil.
Yeah, that's the only way, because anytime somebody defends themselves or, you know, puts an end to this garbage, they get economically terrorized by our own government.
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, like these are people that are trying to keep order. They're trying to fight back this intentionally sown discord.
Oh, yeah. See, back in the old country, there was...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, back in the old country, there was some street justice that was laid down to a priest that did something very, very horrible, and he was found was it a couple days or a week late. Like, he was missing for a while. Like, where was he? No one knew what happened, and then they found him. He turned up. He was, I think, inside of a barrel, like next to a gutter somewhere. And they found him when they opened it up. He had his certain parts in his mouth because of the crime that he had committed. You know, yeah,
accidentally, of course. It was horrible.
And slipped and fell.
Yes,
that's right.
What a nightmare!
He was holding a butter knife while throwing out the trash off of a roof.
Right. Like Rube Goldberg experiment.
Slipped it, fell down the steps and stabbed himself in junk 87 times. You know?
Come on, we've all seen Final Destination.
That sounds like a Hillary thing.
Yep.
Jeez, yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
We're the one where they filmed themselves walking into the people's house and just sitting on their couch and stuff. And
I saw those guys in England. There, they were doing. Yeah, that wouldn't fly here in the States.
Yeah, no. I'd be feeding you to my dog, dude.
Yeah,
right.
Want to see my new garden?
Most of you know how large the property is, and you know how many. Could you fucking imagine someone walking in with 30 dogs walking into this house?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
Please,
dude. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Hey, Vinny, I got some fresh meat for the gators.
Right?
That's right.
Trina, what were you gonna say?
It was on Chris's point about how we'll end up with like insular communities where, you know, like he was saying, I didn't see anything, and you know, basically that kind of ties into when we get to the point of balkanization. I think that you'll really see that kind of stuff where we take care of our own.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody on the block knows everybody's business, but that's how it's got to be.
Looking out for each other, like, you know. Yeah.
This is insanity.
Like communities used to.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was how it was in the 40s. I was talking to my dad about it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's like riffraff would come into the neighborhood, and nobody saw anything, and that riffraff kind of cleaned itself up. Nobody saw anything. Want to see my new wood chipper?
Well, that's exactly it. Like no one got prosecuted, and back in the old country, they was like, yeah, he deserved what he got.
Back in the old country.
yeah, literally Italy. Yeah.
We had one. This was great. So we had the drunk next door that would get drunk and would shadow box the fucking tree. and this was his girlfriend's parents' house, mind you. And he'd be, I'm going to KILL. And I'm not going to dox. I'll be nice, even though they're mostly dead, but we'll still be nice. But I mean, there was that kind of weird shit that would happen. Or you find them passed out drunk on the picnic table and whatnot. Okay, it was kind of funny. But down on the corner was a group of guys, and they had a band, and they would follow the laws, the letter of the law, as we all did, with noise and whatnot. They didn't play past a certain time. They didn't play first thing in the morning. It was very rare. But we dealt with them, but they were our neighbor. These guys were further down the way. So one night, apparently, he kept fucking with them, and I don't know which one of them did it, and I'm going to use those words for a specific reason. But one morning, he was found knocked the fuck out in his garage because they got some justice on his ass.
Yeah,
for fucking around, and he found out real quick. And again, that was in the 90s. So again, Chris, our time frame. So of being teenagers. So it still happened back then. And it steadily, it just kind of like our news. It all got quieter and quieter because it just didn't get reported, or if it did, the cops were like, nobody's talking.
The advent of the smartphone has created a new level of criminal where, it boiled my blood when I saw a bunch of cackling hyenas just savagely beating elderly white men for the knockout game in New York. And then they were throwing rocks at the Jews and stuff. And
it wasn't just men. It wasn't just men. I saw footage after footage.
Of elderly women. Yeah, but the ones that I particularly saw, the one where they, Rick Moranis got it and everything, and they're like, hey, and the person behind the camera, when these, you're saying the balkanization, those will be the first targets.
Yeah. You
got your camera out. Nobody saw anything. That means your phone, either your phone's going to be broken and they'll find a broken phone, or they won't find your body. You choose right now.
Right. Yep.
Our word versus yours.
Yeah. Let me say, Lion Ratton's also in the house tonight. What's up, man? We got BTV. We got Tunes. What's up, everyone? And Tina Bojan, she, I can't show this because this is the problem. And this is what really sucks too. The other one, I guess we're okay because the guy harmed himself. He threw himself off the thing and, he lived or whatever. But this one I can't show because there is a woman hitting a thief with the car. And he does get up and
that's just a car.
And he hands it's just a car. And he does hand things back as she's yelling at him for being a thief. But again, I can't show it because freedom of speech is gone. We can't do any when these people beat each other up at Disney World. If you show any of those videos, they could hit the channel, they could hurt the channel, or just stop the stream entirely. It is getting ridiculous. Just you can't educate people on what's going on. You can't show this type of
House,
stuff.
Vinny, the Waffle House chair throw. I mean, E-Tech got hit for that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't even talk about what's in the news. That's ridiculous.
I mean, we weren't talking mad shit either. Because we thought it was great. She caught that chair and was like,
yeah, she spun it like a pizza pie.
Yeah. The censorship is getting ridiculous, but they're doing it on purpose. They don't want anyone to talk. They don't want anyone to know what's going on. It just happens to be happening everywhere. And it's up. Put your hands over your eyes. Nope. Be good little sheep.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want the frogs knowing that they're in boiling water.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't care what color they are. You walk into my house, you check in, you ain't checking out. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't belong there. You don't belong. Remember when that was how you learned? Don't touch that. It's hot. And then you would touch that, and it was hot, and you would go, "Ow!" And then you would learn not to touch that anymore.
Oh, that's called consequence. That's a completely
Yeah.
foreign entity to these fatherless children that are growing up.
Like Frankie knows. Honey, they shrunk his science.
No, yeah, they did. Guy only got 2 years for beating the crap out of Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis, of all the people, who the hell would want to pick a fight with Rick Moranis?
Because he's
Absolutely.
little.
No, he's a legend, dude. Like,
But
that
he's
guy
little.
quit.
But
He could have been a billionaire, man.
Yeah,
They
but
don't
time
know
out.
who he is. They
Yeah,
went
it's-
after him because he's a little fella.
Yep.
They just hunted him.
They probably just saw some white guy and they're
You
like,
either
oh,
don't know or don't care, right?
yeah,
one of the
let's
two.
be a dick and punch him.
Yeah, they saw an easy target, like Adam was saying. He's a little guy.
Right.
Little guys
Yeah,
normally
dude.
don't fight back like a big guy would. Try to do it to someone who's 6'3" or
Oh, yeah. Well, they
300
never.
pounds.
You watch those videos, and it's never a fair fight. You always see these little cabals, these little gangs of these freaking dindus, like ganging up on one dude and beating the shit out of him. And I'll tell you, man, it pissed me off when I saw those little kids getting off the bus to go to the Jewish school, and you just see people hucking rocks at them. Rocks! Like, people die from getting hit in the head by rocks.
Yeah.
Of course.
And they're like, look at him. And I'm like, I'm not going to cry in my anti-Semitism because I don't think it was.
I
think it
had
was just a bunch
kids
of
throw
assholes.
rocks at me at my bus stop, and I was told by the school that I was supposed to just let them do it and wait until the bus got there.
Smells like a lawsuit to me.
Oh, dude, they would never live it down.
I ended up pushing the one kid, and I got in trouble for it because I didn't because I did something about it instead of waiting till
Didn't hit him hard enough.
This was the early 2000s, so
Yep.
Jesus,
that's awful. Jeez, man.
God, I miss my, like, the more I look back on my youth, it's all the rose quartz glasses or what, you're looking at everything with nostalgia. I'm like, no, the world really was a better place. Like, we had like kids weren't like out of control like this. Like, you were afraid of adults. You mouthed off in front of adult, that guy would kick your ass. And then every neighbor on the way home to get home would kick your ass too. They'd be like, you said what to that guy? Now get home and get your mother.
You got an ass whooping, right?
Yep,
You got home, you got an ass whooping, right?
That's exactly it. And it is insane because these kids, there's no punishment, there's no consequences. It's just they do whatever they want and they think they can get away with it. And then they get confused if someone mouths off back to them. Something happened around this neighborhood, and like, my brother's going to the store, and this kid just like kept bothering him. He's like, "Why are you talking to me? Like, get the hell away from me!" And the kid just kept going. He's, "Do you remember me? Do you remember me?" He's like, "What? No, you have a forgettable face." And the kid then he dropped his head. He's like, "That was me." Because he did it in front of like these two girls as well. Because the kid thought, like, out of nowhere, he's walking with his friends, and then he's like following my brother across the street. It's like, what would possess a kid to do this?
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's because they think that they could show off or, look, an adult can't do anything to me or whatever. And then he demeaned the kid in front of the girl. And he put his head down and felt like an idiot. Yeah, because you are an idiot. Mind your business. Leave people alone. You're hanging out with your
people
friends
in your little shows.
Yeah, it is so stupid. And these kids, this is how they are in the neighborhood. It's like, they'll play next to where they dump off all the garbage. They find things and they're throwing rocks and debris at one another in the middle of the street. And then guess what? That stuff's all over the floor. And this isn't a bad area, and cars are driving over it. And who's going to get a nail in the tire or something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These little wild douchebags.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And if you had a dad in the house,
Yeah, right. Well, what do you want if their mom is like every other weekend she's dating 3-4 guys at a time?
Yep. And they try to be their freaking best friends instead of actually raising them.
Yeah. Get a disciplinarian in the house and suddenly things change.
Yep.
Oh no, they throw
tell them no.
No, they throw a phone at them. That's what they do. Here, get lost in your phone.
Yeah, or a tablet or something electronic.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Keep the kids busy while they go do their own shit. I had a cousin in New York who was the same thing. And one of the kids was getting a neurological problem because he was always glued to these screens and stuff and playing these games. The second, his father, he talked with his dad about this stuff, and it's like, because they had split up, obviously, if the mother's acting like such a piece of garbage, and not paying attention to the kid and all that, and the father kind of set him straight, and the kid ended up like he's a young adult now, and he's got a good job and like he's doing the right stuff. Because why? He needed some kind of guidance. He didn't have it. Because usually that's what happens, right? They side the court side with the mothers, or
and then even with the tablet stuff, you got to watch that. My 4-year-old niece is up there the other day, and she's watching a video where Mario is sitting in the club with the pipe in his lap and the swirly eyes, and he goes home and impregnates Peach.
Jeez.
Wow.
4-year-old niece. She's watching because, like you said, they put the thing in front of her to make her go away, make her stop making noise, whatever it is. And then there it is. I'm like, wait, you got to watch what she's watching here.
Yeah, you got to monitor what they're watching and limit the amount of time that they're on it too. Like I always hated when my parents limited me, but
well, wait until you see the psyop like that China foisted upon the West there with their TikTok
in
shit.
Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft. It's illegal in that country. So the country of origin that created this app cannot be viewed. And there's an alternative version where it's all like constructive and patriotic. So like if you were to show a comparative analysis of the videos on what we see here in the West, it's a bunch of blue-haired land whales and purple they thems talking about doing weird shit. And then you look over at the the country of origin that developed this, and they're talking about like, hey, this is how to build a hydroponic plant growing garden, or this is how like so and so saved like a cat from a burning building or whatever. And it's like, wow, that's interesting.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a psyop, and it's designed to destroy us.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And it's
working.
working.
Here's the other thing too. There's so many people making tons of money off of it on top of that, and that's why they're not going to get rid of it. And they're using it as the excuse to pass this other bill that TikTok's not even mentioned in the bill. It's just so they can police us more and they can put more restrictions.
Yeah.
I'm sure talking about this right now, and probably in another month or whatever, or whenever this thing gets passed, they're probably going to hit channels for even talking about this.
Oh God.
That's how demented things are getting. That?
Have you seen
Lion Rat is right? Well, he's right. He goes, He goes, YouTube Shorts. It's ruining the kids'
Yep.
attention spans.
That's by design.
Yeah.
ADHD. Well, not only that, but I saw this one video of this girl who was an OnlyFans video or OnlyFans like e-thought or whatever, and it was heartbreaking to watch because like, she screwed up. She knows she screwed up, and like her whole family disowned her. And she's trying to smile and be the brave soldier and everything, but she's tearing up while she's talking about how like she lost everybody. And it's like, I wonder what was the catalyst? What got you into this? And how do we like head that off, at the pass before other girls?
Her family disowned her because she opened up one of those things.
Yeah, her mom actually encouraged her. And then it got to a point where she started doing gross stuff that even her mom was like,
wow.
And then her mom, and it's like, dude, that's disgusting. Like her dad doesn't want to talk to her. Everybody's disowned her. And it's like, okay, how do we avert this tragedy for the next girl? Like, how do we learn our lesson from this? Because there's guys that do it too. It's not just the girls, but there's a higher frequency of them. But it's
Degas made this point a couple of times too, because it keeps escalating. These people who are paying for those things, for those services, the girls who are doing it, they always have to up it until it gets into really disturbing levels.
Yep.
Right.
Never enough.
It's sad, and it's helping to destroy everything. That's why I've had a number of friends from the convention scene and everything that they started doing that stuff, and like I could have brought them on here, and I'm not going to, because it's going to put attention on that crap. And I think it's a bad thing to be on. Like, I understand a lot of them are doing it to survive right now, but at the same time, when that's all there is, come on. This is just, it's poisoning everything and everyone. It's the easy thing to do. It's the easy thing to do. Lockdowns, you know how many people left their jobs just because they were making so much money doing that crap? Nice paying careers. Nope. Oh, it's easy just to do this. What? To prostitute yourself, literally. I don't even have words for anyone. And they wonder why society's crumbling.
Hey, if I was a chick, I'd be doing that shit.
But that's the thing, though. Is it's there's an allure to it because there's a lot of massive short-term gains, but you don't see the nobody talks about the damage it does.
It's not even something I've ever considered.
Yeah, it's
Maybe that's because I was raised right.
yeah, well,
well, that is that part of it. Because hold on, because again, we just talked about it. Like these kids and stuff, they're given these electronics. They're on all these weird websites. You have your Tumblrs, your Reddits, all this other weird
they
shit.
taught wrong life lessons on them. You know, like be superficial. Yes. You have no value other than like your tits and ass, or like, you know. And it's like,
do you remember back in the day? Tree Recreation bringing it up too. We have more freedoms in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen.
Truly, yes. Because that's the thing with technology, and it got to a dangerous point is what happened. You know? But I'm going to lose track of what the hell I was going to say. But with all this that's going on right now, it's gradual stuff. So these kids grow up with these devices. They're seeing all this stuff. They're becoming desensitized, and more of it's getting out there into their hands, right? So when this happens, what do you think is going to happen to society? Oh, it's more accepting to do X, Y, and Z. It's why they're pushing certain views that, you know, we've talked about multiple times on my channel, other people's channels, of storybook time and all that weird shit. And what do we find out?
Window, like Chris talks about.
Well, that's exactly it. The Overton window. It keeps going, but it happened from then. There used to be those magazines in the 70s and the 80s, and they used to say, "Oh, well, it's destroying girls' self-esteem." They're looking at these airbrush. They didn't really do Photoshop. It was airbrushed images, and the girls think that, you know, oh, I have to be that thin. I gotta, you know, look like this. And then there was the bulimia thing that was happening in such big numbers back around those times. Okay, well, you fast forward now, things have surpassed all that nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, it got to such dangerous levels.
It's gone from one extreme to the other. So in the 90s, because like in the 70s, 80s, you still had you still had like sexy women on magazines and stuff like that, but they were actual, like that's how they actually looked. And then you got to the 90s and it was airbrushed and very fake. And that was for that you know lasted throughout the 90s, and so that set up wicked, you know, ridiculous and impossible beauty standards, because you just can't replicate a fake photo like that. And then now we've gone to the opposite side of the coin, where now they're trying to say like, oh, it's okay if you're fat and disgusting, like that's still healthy and that's still beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like, no, can we just be like normal?
Right.
Well, Tim Pool had the best advice. Start complimenting these lefty women, telling them they look like Dylan Mulvaney or Lizzo. If you think that's beautiful, then that's how I'll compliment you.
Hey!
That's exactly it. Speaking of which, Tony. How you doing, Tony?
Good. Just hanging out.
Like, well, I'm glad you popped in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're gonna do a little, like a light recap on the events of last night, because we were playing some Mario Kart, and that was hilarious. That was.
You know, I just thought about it for a little bit. You know, those people that Vinnieart talking about. I know a lot of those girls, like, did that exact same thing, like when I was in high school.
Yeah.
My friends were telling me about that stuff. I never paid attention because I wasn't aware. I didn't pay attention. I didn't give a shit. I just focused on my own shit. But they were talking to me about that, and I'm like, what?
The girls in your class were doing that.
Yeah, like yes, like they're a lot of them are probably like ones that are at my school now. I graduated obviously a few years ago, but like some of them who are there now are probably still doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
It is. That's their quick ticket to fame and money and whatnot.
Well, because it's intentional. It has the allure of massive upfront short-term gains, and to an undeveloped mind that has no long-term planning skills, And I'm sorry, but the brain doesn't fully develop until you're out of your 20s.
Yep.
They don't understand the full ramifications of what they're doing. Sure, fine. You made a huge score. You got you're making, what is that Belle Delphine chick that like shits in her water and sells it to people? Like you get like freaking millions. Okay, you're a millionaire, but now you're a dirty whore. Like now nobody wants to touch you. Like you're gross. And then when the wall hits you, you have no redeeming qualities. Like you sold it all. But you better have invested that money.
This is for that Belle Delphine or Delphi, whatever the hell you just said.
Not okay.
That
well,
was
it's not
for
just
her.
It's Amaranth too. Like
Oh wait, there's one for her as well.
Not okay.
Goes on and on of all.
There's so many of these because there's because it's so and like here's the thing is this wouldn't be possible if we didn't inject feminism into our schools, into our government to separate the sexes and make traditional masculinity a crime. So now all guys are like castrated and turned into simps. And the only way they can get women to talk to them is if they have this bizarre, diluted lottery ticket fantasy of sending shit tons of money to this girl that doesn't give a shit about them, that's showing her tits online. Like, that wouldn't be like the customers wouldn't exist if you hadn't created the environment.
Exactly, because you remember back in the day when people were, it was the thing with the magazines, right? And it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna pay for a magazine. When the internet was starting to boom, they go, you could just look at porn for free online, right? Then now it turned into, oh yeah, everything is online on your phone, this or that, and now people are paying for it. It's like, what the? Like, again, we're talking about kids, teenagers, and young adults who they like that shit. Fine, that's great, but like at what point do you look at yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I just blew my entire paycheck watching a girl stick things in her self, or like I still can't wrap my brain around it. Like
I can't either. Like internet dating, like to me, like like we're old school, so like long distance was like a couple towns away and shit. So sure. But it usually generally never worked out when it was like state to state or, okay, maybe
long term
one rarity, but
long distance.
It usually never worked. But at the end of the day, you still eventually met and touched. These motherfuckers don't even do that.
Yeah, but dude, it's the lottery ticket.
Well, hold on. It's not that.
You're selling a fantasy.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. That's what it is. They're selling this weird fantasy, and that's it, like you said. So these guys are going to be too afraid, or they don't want to go out and do anything, or ask a girl out, or do anything.
Yeah, because they'll get arrested.
Pretty much.
Hey,
well, hold on. I was talking about
you send me a check with a number with a comma in it. I'll give you my bath water too. How's that sound?
well, hold on. Well, that's the point that I was making. It's because again, people aren't doing that. They're not going on regular dates anymore. They're not looking to start families. It's oh my god, instant gratification on a screen.
Yep.
And it's like again, it's that like Chris is saying, they're selling a fantasy, and apparently, it's all. Sorry.
It's really multifaceted though. It isn't.
It is.
There's a lot going on here. Why people are not going out and dating the way they used to, and it really all ties back to feminism and the degradation of society because, it used to be just like these awkward. Ugly kids that couldn't get dates, but now it's even good-looking guys that are turning away from it because of like the quality of women out there is just very low. I mean, if you're online.
I was going to say that the quality of people in general is very low at that point.
Yeah,
guys have been turned into soy effete little addicted to internet. Like,
and it's also like, what does a girl have to offer me right now anyway? Because I'm the one that has to provide everything. They don't have to provide anything. Kids,
by the way, Drake.
And a lot of them already have kids. They've already done that, and it hasn't worked out.
But that's in your 30s and 40s. But
I get that. But
the teenagers though, like, did you guys ever see that?
And then if you get married, then if they divorce you, then they take half of your shit.
Oh yeah.
That was always the case, though.
But the man always been the man gains nothing from this. Like at this point, like the way everything is.
Because feminism took away that.
The way everything has been changed and everything, men have nothing to gain from it. So why even bother to play the game?
Have you guys ever seen that show 6 Feet Under?
No.
It's an old
I mean,
HBO
I've seen
show.
a few episodes.
I know of it. Yeah.
So about 20 something years ago, there was this one episode, and I'd never really watched the show. It was something my sister liked. So when it was on, I'd see it in the background. But there was the most profound scene in that movie that I really wish somebody would put on YouTube as a clip. And it's this, like, one of the main characters is this hot little 16-year-old redheaded girl. And her boyfriend just broke up with her. And the whole premise of the show is that it's a family that owns like a funeral home. Mm-hmm. So like they have like morticians, they have the presenters, all that shit. And the little girl comes crying in and, oh, my life is so important and everything is the end of the world or whatever. And she's sitting in the waiting room and there's this old black guy who's just sitting on like a pew who had just lost his wife. Okay. He's like, they're embalming his wife in the next room behind him. And she sits down and she's like, oh, and the guy's like, Penny, for your thoughts. What's going on? So she like, basically is like, gives him an attitude like, fuck you, man. My life is so horrible, blah, 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 blah. And eventually the guy, his friendly veneer cracks, because again, he's mourning. He just buried his wife, and he goes, fucking talk to me about love. You don't know what fucking love is. You know what love is? Love is being married for freaking 32 years and going to church and shitting your pants in the freaking church and being too weak to get up to clean out your underwear, and your wife sticks around to help you clean it out. That's fucking love. Calm your fucking tits, little bitch. And I was like, whoa!
and then now he's sitting in the one room while she's getting vivisected in the other room.
Yeah, but it was but just that one little thing where it threw everything into this perspective where it was like, that's what I see what's happening today is people don't know what love is anymore. They're all about that instant, like, I just want to fuck it because it's hot. It's like hotness goes away. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a time where your wife is going to shit her pants in the pew.
Oh yeah, but see, like you said, and the point to that show, there is no more love in this society. It's insane. Look what they're doing. They're using like the OnlyFans stuff, and they're mixing that with like the dating apps like Tinder and all that crap. And they're turning into like the whole thing is like prostitution, like
pretty much,
up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like it's
transactional.
Yeah, it is. It's getting to those levels all over the place. So it's the digital version, and then there's also that stuff. And look at all the serial daters. You hear the stories of a guy or a girl. You could interchange them. Oh yeah, they went on multiple dates on it was not even dates. It's just fuck buddies essentially that they're doing all over the place, and it's crazy. And they wonder why. Oh yeah, STDs are on the rise. All these other things happening, and it's you're right. It's part of the destruction right now of society as a whole.
It's to depopulate us. It's if they don't do the rainbow shit, they don't do a certain joint.
It's a little bit of everything. It is. BT
multifaceted.
Mentioned it earlier. Yeah, BT. He mentioned it earlier. About back when Obama was in office, and they would push racism again. And it's like, how could you have the balls to push that when he was elected twice? If everything was so racist, he wouldn't even have been elected.
Yeah, we live in a white majority country, despite all efforts to change that.
Can I just touch on what Chris was saying real quick? Because if you think about Yeonmi Park, the North Korean defector, that's one of the things she says. Like, it's one reason why they're so compliant is because they don't even know the concept of love. And we're not to that point yet, but sorry for the background noise. My puppy's playing, but that's kind of the direction we're being pushed with all this.
Yeah.
Well, and again, it's things like
there's multifaceted psychological things that will damage a person with this type of stuff. All of it is forcing, and you guys have heard me talk about it before, back to the lizard brain, the primitive brain. You stop using your cognitive abilities and start using all the physical drives instead of the mental processes. But there's also another little thing about it too. Those of you who are old enough, once upon a time when dating or getting to know somebody required you to step out of your comfort zone, be a little bit brave. And each time you did it, you got a little bit more strength, a little bit more confidence, and ability to deal with other people on a human level instead of a digital level. And that is disappearing as well. So not only is the reasoning disappearing, but also the strength to be able to stand up making us into sheep, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want a world of like the fat people in Wall-E.
Yeah, drones.
That's it. It's
the
be hooked up.
product. Wait for next product, Vinny.
Yeah, plug
what
in.
was the Bruce Willis movie a while back? Surrogates, right? They just controlled the robots and sent them out, and it was like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you just live vicariously through your avatar or whatever.
Yeah, Sam and Papa Cotton, they're making valid points as well, and it's part of this shit. That's why they're trying to push the AI so hard too. To replace the jobs that they're losing all over the place.
And using AI to replace relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's the new one. This is getting ridiculous.
I didn't even think about that. Holy shit!
Have you seen Her? That movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
Well, never mind the movie.
That.
They literally something just came out recently, and they were talking about it. That it's and these people are doing it, having like digital boyfriends and girlfriends, where it's an AI program, and you tell them how you're feeling or what you want to do, and it responds back to you, and like almost like sexting and all that kind of weird shit.
Yep.
All that stuff's happening right now. It's already gone to these bizarre levels.
Dude,
that's just sad.
My former coworker Jason, this artist guy, I'm not going to dox him or anything, but he works for a company in California that makes real dolls, which is the most, in my opinion, freaking disgusting because it's like necrophilia. But like, you're basically fucking a giant, like 8 foot tall Barbie doll that weighs like 200 pounds. And
it's like necrophilia.
But yeah, it's like a dead body. There's no reciprocation there. But like what he was saying is like this guy is making bank, dude. This guy's making more money than I'll ever see in my entire lifetime. And the thing is though is he understands like obviously if there's a market he's going to provide a supply for it or whatever. But the thing that sucks though is that there's been these documentaries that have showed the customers, you know what I mean? Like when we worked in video gaming, there was always these creators that had disdain for gamers. Oh, they're unwashed, they're fat, they're uncouth, and all this shit. And it's like, whatever, dude. I'm a gamer. I'm none of that. Let me just freaking enjoy the product. The people though that make use of these real dolls, like I genuinely, it's heartbreaking. Like these are people that society says, "Fuck you, die alone." So their only alternative is to simp for e-thoughts, giving money away and getting nothing in return, or fucking a giant plastic dead doll. And that's where they're finding comfort now. And soon we're going to see AI where this thing is going to start talking to them and shit. Like they're already talking about putting like a Siri linked, an iPad, an Android, an Android linked app, and the thing will fucking talk to you and shit. And it's like, dude, why are we we're only putting this much effort into these products because we've destroyed that human connection. And again, it's intentional because they want to depopulate this world. That's how you do it. You got people fucking a doll instead of fucking each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because
if you
do that,
Wilson talk back to you though, like Tom Hanks movie and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking that's.
We don't have to talk about Tom Hanks on an island doing creepy things. We don't have to talk about that at all.
And there's many islands they found out.
Castaway. We're talking about Castaway.
Yep.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the name of the movie. Yes, Castaway.
Are we ever going to get back to the way, like, tradition? Are we ever going to get that back?
No.
Yes, actually, Chris, you're wrong on that. And this is where some people, and I,
full collapse,
give Tim Pool a hard time. But there is a lot of people that are holding to traditional values. If you ask my son, they know how to go. My sons, they know how to go out and meet people. It tends to be the religious and the very right.
Yeah, my
the
sons
left are the ones
that
that
way
are falling.
as well.
The left tend to be falling by the wayside. But there is also another thing, and I want you guys to be open-minded about this because I've thought about this quite a bit. We have an open border on the south. I have no problem sending the cartel and the people that are the mules, sending them to some dark place in Minecraft. However, there are a lot of abused Christian families coming up. And they are better people than blue-haired land whales.
Oh, yeah.
And soy boys.
Yep.
So as much as it would be nice to have the protection against the very evil that are propagating this, it is also nice to know that there are very good people that are coming as well.
Well,
So
my thing was
hope.
Well, when I lived I lived in a border state. I lived in south of San Diego, and you know, I had a girlfriend that lived in Chula Vista, and we would drive to over the border to get her house, or, you know, her housekeeper and shit. But like, dude, the thing is though, is it's kind of like the mail order bride syndrome, where a lot of these guys are attracted to foreign women because they have these traditional values. You know, they have the traditionally feminine values that feminism has eradicated in the West. Problem though is when they come over here, they get saturated in that culture and changed. With the foreign invaders. I'm not going to call them immigrants because that's not an immigration. When they come over, yeah, they're good, man. Like the people that are coming, they're like, dude, this is a shit country. We got to get the hell out. We want better prospects. And I understand why they're doing it. But their kids and their grandkids, lo siento, no hablo inglés. So now you have an SJW with purple hair land whale that doesn't even speak English. And I saw it, and I'm like, what?
Going to be some. That's not the majority. If
I
any of
hope-
you know the Hispanic culture, an awful lot, the high percentage are very family oriented, all the way down to the little kids.
Yeah,
and
God,
that's what I
so.
wanted to mention. Like when our women fall victim to feminism, doesn't that somewhat fall on like the man, whether it's the dad or the husband, like? On a fundamental level, it's our job to protect women, and we're
but boys raised by single mothers, but it's a chicken or the egg thing, because we don't have men anymore. Like Gen X was like the last. I'm sorry, dude, but like very few Gen millennials and even fewer Zoomers are actually raised by intact families now.
Yeah.
So the whole thing about the guy should be the bulwark. Yeah. Well, the thing about the guy should be the bulwark. He was never raised to be a man. He doesn't know. Like if you look at the black community, like the inner ghetto stuff, those are people who are victims of multi-generational fatherlessness. You know, and it's like, where did it start? Was it back in the 60s when the government intervened and screwed these people?
Yeah, it definitely was. That's where it like really everything took a turn, was the Cultural Revolution in the 60s. I mean, feminism started to happen before that, but it was the 60s that really brought it to the forefront and changed the country as we know, as they once knew it.
And these are the fossils in Congress today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you also have to remember too about what you're talking about, Chris, because I think to a point you're right, to a point you're wrong. Again, we go back to look at the cities. The D cities are a wreck. The red cities are not so much. And in places like where I am, where there's more churches here than bars, there are a lot of young people that are growing up the right way. I see more kids in my city that are playing basketball, boys and girls doing things together, or out fishing or what have you, than looking at a phone. So it's
that's
just
comforting.
a matter of where you're seeing things.
Yeah. And again, I this was 100% anecdotal. I've only seen what I saw in California and what I saw on the Mass border. You know, and we both know those are two very, very disgusting blue bastions.
Yeah.
Well, today I was out in the yard for a little bit, and there was right across the street in the church parking lot, there were 10, call them young adults or older teens, boys and girls, sitting there playing basketball for hours and not a single phone and no parents or nothing. And that's just the way it is in a lot of these communities. So there is a lot better going on in different areas than you think.
Yeah.
I sure hope so.
that is hopeful. But the thing is too, like a lot of the shit that's happening, the ones coming over the border, they're showing a lot of stock footage. They said the ones that are coming over now are mostly single, and a lot of them have their heads wrapped up. It's not what you think. It's
there's a lot of Chinese coming over.
Well, yeah, we talked about it on the stream, and I want to get into it. But cartels are making a lot of money per head. You know, a lot of money. Depending what country it is, those numbers go up in massive numbers. So that's what the other problem is, and that's why a lot of people are getting very upset, because bringing other stuff happening. They caught a couple of terrorist cells that were coming over the border. Those are the ones that they were able to catch. Could you imagine what happened? Or, you know, we have millions and millions that have been pouring over.
Even on a humane level, though, Vinny, after the pandemic, that's really not over, even though it's over, but it's never over.
Yeah.
Let's be smart here about that shit, right? Like, we don't know. It's only been 3 fucking years. We're still finding stuff out. So we don't need more shit coming in, to mix with our shit.
Yeah. There's something else I heard that I can't talk about on the stream, sadly.
Yeah.
But it's
there's the good with the bad, and one thing that really makes me nervous, besides the coyotes and the cartel, is there's a lot of Chinese coming up. Now, are they true refugees, which I can completely understand, or are they infiltrators, which I can also completely understand?
I think it's both.
Definitely be
DTA, don't trust anybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, there's a great channel on YouTube called Serpentza or Serpenza. It's this guy Winston from South Africa that lived in China, and he does these like exposés on China and stuff. And his buddy Lao Wei, who also has a YouTube channel, and the two of them went over this disturbing number of Chinese that they're finding crossing through the Mexican border, and they're finding that like you're saying, is it insurgents or is it asylum seekers essentially? And a lot of the ones that they tracked were actually the asylum seekers. And they're like, well, there's basically this international message that has gone out to the entire globe saying, if you invade our country, we're not going to do anything to you.
Yeah.
Which that's basically what the what a current administration has done.
Yeah.
So as a result, these people who are under the yoke of serious oppression. Like, I wouldn't wish my worst enemy to live under a communist regime. They're like, screw it, man. Like, this is our chance. Like, they're not gonna screw us. They're not gonna punt us. Let's get the hell over there. Because the CCP is, it's imploding.
Oh, so. Yeah. Dude, man, it's
well, they're here and we know it. Remember New York and the police department, the hidden Chinese police department.
Yep. Yeah. So, it's disturbing.
And knew, but now there's proof of it, It's like, come on, man. We've already been overtaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too. Yeah, Lion Rat, and that's another thing you're saying too. There needs to be more father figures in media, but we're getting our strong women's. But here's the thing. It's designed. They're poisoning and destroying that. They're getting rid of the father figures. They don't.
Oh yeah.
Even the ones that we loved and we watched in the old TV series and stuff. What are they doing? They're preventing people from showing clips and stuff. I put up the Married with Children stuff a couple of times. I was starting to get good views on it, and then they hit me for them. And it's like, are you serious? Because it was funny stuff, one, but two, part of that comedy, it's also slapping, the wrong people in the face, and their insane views. And we're seeing that all over. How come Archie Bunker, like, that's another one. He was partly ignorant on things, but when it came down to it, he didn't hate anyone. It's just how he came up. That's what it was. You called certain people certain names. It didn't mean horrible things, because he had friends and neighbors and everyone else that he associated himself with. That, and again, the writing on the show and how they did it was amazing. It just showed that he was just ignorant on his terms, but he loved everybody. He didn't hate anybody.
And
dude,
he did.
Well, I watched it as a kid, and I identified more with Meathead as a kid. But as I got older, I started identifying more with Edith, which is weird, because Edith was actually the voice of reason. Like, she was the template.
She was.
Yeah, exactly. But it was funny though. Like, as I got older, and I'm like, like, the reason why she loved the guy is because he was this big dumb lunk. And he had a terrible way with words, but he had a heart of gold. He looked like Sherman Hemsley, the guy that played. They had a spinoff, 227. Remember? And he's like, Sherman Hemsley was his foil. He was his Moriarty. Like, they always had this back and forth, and it turned out they were best friends.
He adored his daughter.
Yeah.
And then even then they're starting them young on that too, because like I said, I spend a lot of time with my 4-year-old niece. She's watching Peppa Pig the other day. And the mother says that Mother's Day is a real thing and Father's Day is a made-up sort of holiday.
Yeah, and I'm
insane. Like, what is that? That's not what you tell a kid, dude. Like, and then like the dad is, like you said, he's basically inept. He's a bit of an expert at everything, yet he can't flip a pancake. and everything he does is like flops at, flubs it up.
Yeah,
like you said, like it's
the
they're starting him
moron
young
with
on
the
that,
plume.
man.
that hapless dad trope that
Homer
really
Simpson.
came to the forefront in the 90s.
I'm a bit of an expert at that.
Hated
And then
that.
next thing you know, the pancake is stuck to the ceiling. It's like
Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Homer Simpson was the archetype.
Yeah.
That got me a little upset. I'm watching the episode with her, and she's sitting there, and the mother says Mother's Day is a real holiday, and Father's Day is a sort of made up thing. I'm like, well, wait a minute, that don't float,
Yeah, ridiculous. Now, what do you say to the single fathers? Or there's a whole bunch of different things out there, and they're slapping them in the face. They're hurting them even further, and that's a sad thing and a horrible thing all the way. Look at some of the other movies and things like we grew up watching. Something like Uncle Buck, for example.
Yeah,
you mentioned that. Yeah, anyone of our age, we talk about that, and we all love it. But why do we love it too? It's because he was doing the right thing. He was a bit of a, again, a big guy who was just clumsy and bad at certain things, but he was fighting for the right things. He helped those kids out. He saw the horrible crowd that the eldest daughter was getting into, and he stepped in there to make sure she'd be all right. That one guy who was going to take advantage, he busted down the door.
Literally took that kid for a ride in his trunk,
Right?
I love that
Bug. His name was Bug.
Bug. Yeah, that was played by. I got the autograph of the guy who played that character.
Nice.
He was on Don Chin's show. Yeah.
That's funny. But
Nice,
see, what was he doing though? He was cooking. He was cleaning. He was helping out his brother.
Yep.
And his sister-in-law, helping these kids. And he was doing the right things.
Very unconventional ways, but fuck, it was hilarious.
Right. It was hilarious. Even the situation too with the neighbor, the one girl who jumps on top of him and she's all hot for him, and then his girlfriend comes in. And it's like, whoa, he didn't have his hands on her. That one jumped on him, and he had to set things right. You know what I mean? And it's like they put him in those funny situations, but at the same time, he was doing the right things. He wasn't doing bad stuff. And it's something you could look at and be like, all right, yeah, no, he meant well, and I don't know. We don't really have
Here's
that at all anymore.
Go have a rat, draw that thing off your face.
Yeah, here's a quarter. Go outside of a rat,
When
draw
he
that
said-
thing off your face.
That was hilarious. Godzilla, he goes, Mrs. Doubtfire, the lengths of Robin Williams
Yes!
went through for his kids. And that's another
Dude,
one,
he
too.
humiliated himself for that. Yeah.
Absolutely. In every possible way. Just because he wanted to be closer to his kids.
Yep.
And I remember at the
He's
time
a
when that
hero.
came out, too, it's people who had big families where they were close with their families. It's like, it was funny, it was good. And at the end, they don't get back together. They have to, they figure out how to separate themselves. And already they were putting those messages in there, but he was still there for his family,
Yep.
even though shit was kind of falling apart. Now, if they were to remake it or they do something like that, it would be a completely horrific ending between him and the wife. The
Yeah, he would
kids
have
might
been a
resent
stalker.
them. Yeah,
Yep.
they would turn it on its head and do something disgusting. Why? Because he wanted to show how horrible he is, and they would probably glorify a lifestyle that the guy wasn't even into. It's just he dressed up like that. His brother or whoever it was put makeup on him because they wanted to fool them so he could make sure that his kids and his family were going to be okay. But it is what it is. Nelson, what's up, buddy? For $2, AI is woke now. The future T800s will keep for pronouns.
Yeah, they better hope it never becomes sentient because it's going to be pissed off when it realizes all the
Oh my
bullshit
God,
it was
yeah.
fed.
0-1 or 1-0. There is no non-binary.
Right? Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a super chat that or a bumper you'd probably like. You know what? We'll do the Captain Luke because that's always funny.
Hey, watch out, will you? Why the hell do I always have to do this? You know damn well I can't do it myself.
Does Mrs. Fixer do it for you at home, Frankie?
None of your business.
This is the strangest pillowcase I've ever seen.
It's my underwear, asshole.
that movie
Oh,
was so
rest
funny.
in peace.
That's
Oh, I love Captain Lou.
Captain Lou, legend. Thank you, Nelson, for the $2. We usually play more of his stuff, but the cake one was funny too.
How come I wasn't invited to this party?
Frankie, have some cake.
Oh my God, what is he doing? Look at it!
What a way to cut a cake, Frank.
Come
That's
on,
buttercream
Dad.
icing.
There was one with a Cadillac. Let me see. I haven't hit this one in a while.
I'll kill him! I'll fucking kill him!
Are you a guest of the hotel?
I'm a guest of your ass!
I'm a guest of your ass? Oh, damn! He's a selfish fuck!
I'll tell you, we got to do a watch party on that movie. That was so good.
Is that Wise Guys? That movie?
Yeah, Wise Guys. Yeah. It's on. I know it was on YouTube. It might be on Tubi as well. I'm not sure. We're gonna look it up, but that's one we definitely got to do at some point because holy shit, was that movie fun. Yeah, Joe Piscopo, Danny DeVito, him, just amazing. Uncle Buck, definitely, it's a classic for sure.
Dude, every John Candy film, man, that guy was a national treasure of Canada.
My God.
Like,
dude, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yes, that's every Thanksgiving.
It was so funny, so great, heartbreaking as well.
Yeah.
And it brings it back to comedy and, being there for somebody, It's amazing stuff. And I heard that they said there's some kind of extended edition. They released.
It's like 45 minutes extra cut or something.
Yeah, I got to see where I could get that. Because I would love to get that. That movie was so damn funny.
Yep.
So great. But yeah, and that's it. It's the humanity in things. There's reasons why, like those movies were so good. They were so well written. Mm-hmm. Now it's just shock value, instant gratification type thing.
Got to show how dumb guys are. Got to get those girl bosses in there. I was like,
but not only that, it's just like it's the action stuff. And don't get me wrong, like again, stuff like John Wick, awesome. But the way that they're doing movies now, and they're doing such fast cuts, it's designed that way too. Again, because everyone has a fruit fly brain, and it has to be they're programming people. There's no more nice long shots with big scenes that have a lot of dialogue and meaningful conversations. Again, it doesn't have to be a drama. It could be a comedy. It could be anything. Even action movies, like they don't know how to do it the right way anymore. It's just these quick things and get them out there. But I'm sorry, Bruno, you were saying?
No, I was just gonna point out since you mentioned was it trains, planes, and automobiles, like sometime like around like the end of last year they released like 2 hours, like almost like 3 hours of like deleted footage of that movie.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a special Blu-ray box set or something.
And no, it was 4K, but it sucks because the 4K transfer sucks ass for that movie. Paramount really scrubbed that movie like hell. I've heard people say that set is worth it just to get those, just because all the scenes come with like a Blu-ray disc. That's like I've heard people say like if you want to get it for that, then sure, but get it for like a low price, not full price.
Yeah, I hear you. But dude, man, I don't know. It's crazy. I know we go all over the place with these roundtable discussions, but I think it's kind of important and it's good to do as well. Because we need to get back to doing the better stuff. That's why even like the way that when I'm creating my projects and stuff, I'm trying to approach it in a more cinematic way and to get more story and things going on. I have some books that there's a lot of action and stuff, but I try to keep the pacing in a good way as well. It's more intriguing that way. Chris's book is another fantastic example of that because he has these great moments that happen, but it's paced so well. That's why once you start reading it, you don't want to put it down until you're at the back cover. It's stuff like that I think it's important to get back to that type of writing in that creative process. Adega, he's got these amazing books as well, and so detailed with things, and it's awesome. He's bringing science, into the fold and showing you more, and like he really thinks about what he's doing and why he has certain technology in his projects. That's the stuff that I enjoy, and now we're not really getting it. It's just these quick, weird things, stories that don't really make sense. It could be in anything, like I said, from comics to books to movies to TV. It's just these kind of shock value things. One of the shows that I really enjoyed, and it's something that it wasn't super action packed, but it was smartly written. Breaking Bad. You know,
Oh yeah,
there was so much great stuff that happened in there. But again, people, it's hard to get into at first. It's the first 6 episodes. They did it in a certain way because they wanted to show you how, again, kind of broken down and like the guy doesn't have anything left. You know, what he's going through, how he wants to make sure his family's going to be taken care of, and he goes down this path he shouldn't have gone down. You know, and then you see later in the series how it's also his bravado that put him in this situation because he could have taken money from somebody who he worked with and they became super big and famous. But what happened? It's his ego. It's the no, I don't want a handout at this point, you know? And he kept doing his own thing and things got progressively worse and crazy. And what would happen? He'd get himself out of certain situations using science. It's crazy. It's amazing. You know, the writing was so good. It was tight on every level. And they thought about what was happening from like character to character and like season to season. That's the way to do it, you know?
It was fun too to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
I maintain that it's the best show. It's the best show ever. I think that it's the only show that I can think of that had the whole story planned out before they started the show. It had a beginning and an end all set.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was such a tight story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss that. I don't like these winging it things where it's like, where are we going? Like, that's why I'm hesitant about that show because it starts off amazing. Like I told you guys about the premise, you know, the town with the weird people that eat you at night. Like, it sounds freaking awesome, but like, dude, I've already been burned. I've already seen Lost. Like, I don't want to go down that road again.
Well, that's it too, right? It's that's how he does stuff, and it's bad. Because you'll have a great premise and then it goes nowhere. It shits the bed. Lost, I know, was a stolen property.
Oh,
that was, yeah. And when the writer's strike happened, that was one of the excuses that they used because that's when the writers got into a room. Ironically, they're not supposed to be working. They got into a room together and tried to hash out how they were going to do the rest of the story because they didn't know where it was going. It was stolen, I think, from 2 other people. It's one of those things because that's what Hollywood does. They shop around these projects, these ideas. Scripts get into certain individuals' hands, and then they try to tweak it or change things. So then it's like, oh, well, what is this? Well, we got a polar bear on an island. There's a switch and a bomb, and someone has to keep hitting a switch over.
Kid can talk to birds, like
yeah. There's this big shadowy thing that
the
does
others.
Stuff. Yeah, like. And don't get me wrong. I watched a good number of those seasons, and there was a lot of intriguing things, but. I was never fully invested because I know what was going on. I know that was a stolen thing. And they would just had to put a Band-Aid on their writing for it, you know, which sucks. But, you know, going back to the point like Trina was making and Chris, that, something that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, you know, and they were able to tweak things or certain characters people started to like. So they gave them more situations where they got written into it in a better way. You know, like the fixer Mike, like he wasn't supposed to be in as much of it that he made it into. Who's that actor? Banks. I forgot his first name. But you guys remember Mike?
Yeah. He was in the Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still need to watch the last season. I haven't had a chance. I don't know if it's on Netflix yet, but Better Call Saul was fantastic as well. I've seen everything up until that last season because you know, time frame changed, and then we started doing more.
The fun part, Vinny, is you can go back and rewatch it from the beginning and then catch it and just be all sold up and good to go, man, because it's all good, man.
That's right. It's all good. Amazing stuff. And it's crazy. It's cool how they did all these things. I know they were still toying around with another possible movie at some point. I guess it would be somewhere in between certain seasons, but
wasn't it like El Camino or whatever?
Well, El Camino, it was like to show you what happened to Jesse. I thought it was okay. A lot of people, it's kind of useless. Yes and no. If you want to see what happened to him, again, if you're a huge fan, I recommend. It's worth a watch.
I think it'd have meant more to the normies if it came out sooner. Those of us that are fans can agree that it was, you know. If we never would have got it, it'd have been a disappointment because there was good stuff that was in there and they revisited. So as a fan, but if you're a casual watcher, Exactly. You're just going to be like, well, I don't get it. Well, yeah, we went year to year watching that show.
I get that, like, a story needs drama, but I will never understand why Jesse, when him and Todd were in the desert after they buried his frickin' mate or whatever, and Todd told him, "Hey, go get a pack of my smokes out of the glove compartment," and Jesse got the gun. And he pointed it at Todd and then started crying and put the gun down. Like, are you slow? Like, what's wrong?
Yes!
Yeah.
Jesse was a dumb piece of shit. That was the point of the character.
It was the perfect getaway. They were in the middle of the desert right next to a buried body. He had the vehicle. Like, get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's the one thing that I was like yelling at the TV as well when I saw it.
Well, no, but that's Jesse though, because like they're basically Chip and Dale. Like Walter White was Chip, who was like the smart one, who like had everything calculated and planned out. He's Heisenberg, and then Dale was the one that fucked everything up. Like you remember when he told him like, be sure to go and get a bin of this specific plastic.
Yep.
Because if you're gonna dissolve bodies, it needs to be of this thing.
Yep.
And if it isn't.
Yeah, and the body cube.
And that's what made the show so funny.
Right. Yeah.
But I think to Tony's point, when you get that far into it and you see how dangerous these people are, and you know what that guy's capable of, you know what I mean? It's that. That's the thing. There is a point where those type of characters need to learn, and obviously he didn't, and then things got even worse for him. But even the new chick he was with, what happened? Todd ended up taking her out.
But it's funny when people make criticisms like this on a show, because do you realize the show would have ended if he made that decision?
I agree. But you know what the funny thing was?
It's like with horror movies. Why doesn't she just get in the running car? Like, well, that would end the movie.
You dumb bitch! Open the front door and run!
His situation was so bad. He was chained by his neck, and they were in like this hole in the ground that they'd put a metal grate over. He hadn't seen the outside world in months. They shot the girl he loved in the head. His situation was so bad with no sign of escape, that it doesn't like it just eats. It hits me the wrong way. Like why he wouldn't just shoot that POS Todd who he hated anyway.
Right. Well, I think
it was the hell out of there.
It was just show. I know they want to show how truly broken, destroyed, and practically brainwashed that he had become. Because
that was right after victim thing too, though, right? Where like then they become dependent on their kidnapper. So it shows
Stockholm syndrome.
Well,
but what had happened? He made the product more pure than Walter did at that point.
Yep.
So like he became like his skill level shot through the roof because that's all he was meant to do at that point, and I see it. I can see both sides of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's the thing that kind of drove me crazy too when I was watching it, because it's like you wanted to see it, but you also have to remember Jesse was supposed to die in the beginning of the second season or at the end of the first season. And they ended up keeping him on because they liked his character, and like you guys, like Chris was saying, it's a Chip and Dale thing. It's their chemistry worked, and that's why the show was getting even better. Because then you had Walter, who had to deal with his family shit, the crime stuff, making the meth, and then dealing with Jesse's crazy shit, the drug situation, the girlfriend. Yeah, dude, it was amazing.
Oh yeah.
But and it's not a show like I would be like, oh yeah, it's about making drugs and
I know I'm not into gangster stuff, and I loved Breaking Bad.
Well, there's certain gangster stuff, but something like that was really dealing with the cartels and all that, and what they had done, wow, man, amazing. And even the stuff with Gus and that side of the cartel and the two brothers in the suits with the cowboy boots, like some of the horrible shit they did. There's stuff the cartels have done that are just as extreme or way worse. And we're talking like, remember the head that was on the tortoise?
Yeah, Tortuga.
There were things that the cartel in real life have done that would make that look like nothing. It would make it look like Disney.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, removing people's ribs while they're still alive.
There was a clown gang. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Holy crap! They
If it makes anybody feel any better, my nephew actually wants to have that as his graduation party theme, a Breaking Bad party.
Some rock candy.
Yeah, we're making blue rock candy. We're gonna have like a pizza tossing party. And,
oh my god!
Like we got it all pretty much. Pin the needle on the junkie. You know, like, we're going all out.
Right. All right, who's gonna have the little bell? Ding, ding.
Yeah, get in a wheelchair and just hit the ding.
I don't know, but I hope it's me.
I think Bruto should be the one with the bell. I do. I really do.
Also, I think Runner said he had to go.
Yeah, I gotta get going, guys. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it wasn't popping up for me. That's weird. All right, but yeah, man, dude. Anything you'd like to say? I mean,
nothing much. You can follow me on YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. Every Wednesday, I'm on Fanzine's channel talking about physical media. And sadly, if you are gonna do that recap, I won't be able to make it. Sadly, because I'm about to go. I will say though, my recap on my end was I kicked everyone's ass and I pissed off Vinny. That's what happened. Goodbye.
What a dick. What a dick. This guy.
So fast.
This guy.
It's delicious.
I bent that kid over in the last round, just like I did the She-Hulk. All right, everybody saw that. I came in first place in the end, and he cried like a bitch. So these things happen. No, it was holy crap. Yeah, that recap was something else. All right, that night was hilarious. All right,
yes.
When this stream's done, go check out Draven's channel. We did the whole Mario Kart thing. We were just dropping F-bombs all over the place. Other
fun.
It was ice cream. It was a ton of fun. See, there he's laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I missed the whole thing because my power went out till 2:00 in the morning, right at the end of ETEP's thing last night. That's why I dropped out last night. When I disappeared last night, my power went out.
Yeah,
I was sitting there till 2 a.m. waiting for it to come back.
Yeah, I was trying to jump on. Like I said hi, but he already saw he was closing out because I was doing a work thing too, and I'm like, oh man. But we jumped in. We did the Mario Kart thing. That was a blast. They didn't know what to expect. So Draven thought I was going to be a ringer. Everyone's like, oh, no, he's going to screw up. He's going to do horrible. I came in second place overall for the night. So take that. I won 2 first-place rounds and came in second place a couple of times. The times I got the most screwed up, it was Trey. Etep's son, he started the barrage on me on a couple of those rounds, and I went from second place, dropped all the way down to like 8th place or 9th place on rounds, because then after he hit me, Tony came in. Everybody, I just saw everybody zipping past me, and they were throwing shells at me left, right, and center.
Yeah, Vinny was on a couch hilarious. Surrounded by pistachios.
Oh no!
Yeah, you were crying. You know it.
What's Italian for anti-Semitism?
I think it's called Schifalo.
Oh yeah.
No, there was plenty of shit talking. It was hilarious. It was
yes.
Great. Although Runner, when you hear Trey though, next time, do not drop those F-bombs. My God, I had to scold him, and he's like, "Yeah, coming from you." I said, "Yeah." Have you heard me curse while Trey was on? No, because again, we're trying to be respectful to the kid, and again, his mom was there. It's another thing if it was just.
I said, man, if you do that again, you can't come play with us, man.
That's right, because you need that kid going to school dropping these cursive and creative curses we were doing.
No, because then ETEP will just get in more trouble.
Yeah,
that's right. You know, if that kid walked in going, "I can't breathe, baby," you know, he did that. That's hilarious. But we can't have that kid cursing all over the place either. He's a good kid, but oh my God, that was fun. Tony's wife, ETEP's wife, played a little bit as well.
It was. She kept saying, "Well, at least I beat ETEP." Oh my God!
Yeah, she had a personal vendetta against ETEP.
Yeah,
she went around. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was talking to ETEP about it today. I'm like, I got a teacher, we got to group together to get Draven and Runner. We all got to work on a team here.
Yeah, I gave him a great burn on the night though too, because he was trash talking a lot. And I said, "Yeah, you're only a year older than Trey. You shouldn't even be here. Go to bed."
Comment of the night went to Vinny for that one.
Yeah,
Youth is wasted on the young.
Right. Yeah. Soul Assassin, you're right. I did pull a Captain America. Language.
Language.
But as soon as he left, I started dropping him left, right, and center. It was glorious.
Oh yeah.
So
Australian
Watch
poetry.
your flipping mouth. There's a
before
kid.
he came on as well. There's a few times I had a couple of good ones in the holster. I was gonna let go on these people being pistachio ice creams, and I had to hold it. Maybe we'll save it for next time. But it was funny shit for sure. Oh man. It was good stuff. Dude, yeah, I recommend if you guys haven't, and if you have that system, go ahead, go get Mario Kart, have fun. Holy shit, that was a blast. Looking forward to getting Trina in on these.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that she had it too.
Oh, that'll be great. We
Yes.
need to get Tommy and Adam a Switch too.
Yeah. Oh God, imagine Tommy, the rage. Oh yeah, that's entertainment.
Some New England expletive. That's that'd be great.
Oh, man. No, I wasn't blaming Trey. I was saying that the kid, he did a great job. He was like, Vinny, is that you? I'm like, yeah. He was, what place you in? I'm like, 4th or 5th. And then he hit me with a turn. I was like, not anymore.
Not anymore. They kept telling me that Mario sucked. Luigi was better. Like, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
on
his
every
trash
level.
talking was great.
Mm-hmm.
Etep's kid was shit talking Vinny with class.
It was awesome. Holy
That's
crap.
great.
Yeah. And it's funny too. It's funny because you almost like you pick somebody and you don't even realize it of like who you're gonna have the most shit talking with. It was me and Ron who were having the most shit talking. Then it was Etep and Reese. And it's funny too, because it was like when Reese did hit me or I hit her, we apologized or we had a little chuckle, and then we keep driving past one another. But then it's like, but where's that runner? That motherfucker.
Ganging up, picking teams.
But she goes, I wasn't even aiming for you, and I hit you, Etep.
And then Draven, oh my god, I can't count the number of times. Like I was gonna come in first or second, and then Draven hit me right on the finish line.
Yes,
and then
I saw it.
Or him and Tony, boom, they just zip right by me.
Yeah, there's a because it was shown through Draven's perspective. We that's what we were watching. That's what Adam and I were seeing.
Yeah,
and we just see Draven drive up alongside you just as you're about to go to the finish line, and he just goes poop, and he like knocks you off to the side.
Yeah,
little bit of evil there.
And then we just hear, son of a bitch. We're like, yes.
Yes. But no, I gave it back to him a few times. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was funny shit. Good times. Yeah, looking forward to playing more with you guys.
It was hilarious.
It was a blast. An absolute blast. But yeah. Yeah. The other topic we were gonna hit was gonna be Disney's destruction, but Tommy's not here, and that sucks.
Star Cruises or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone hit it already.
Now turning into a Spirit Halloween.
Spirit of Halloween.
Yeah,
stores in the mall that
gonna
could
turn into a
disappear.
Spirit Halloween.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Right.
Holy crap, dude! Yeah,
Oh,
and that's
golly.
great. That's billions of dollars put into this crap, and it's just like, yeah, it crumbled, it fell apart. Yeah, what do you expect?
Well, all
And
those
there's
people out of work now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is their fault. It's
Yeah.
'cause
Well, it's the
they had it
decision
insured.
makers.
Yeah, overpriced. But you know what that was? That was a test run. It was a test run for the WEF. They wanted to see if people could comply and follow directions and do it at a high price. With like 4,000 or 5,000 a night or some shit to do the stupid experience where basically you would be locked. Oh, here he is. Is the pig there? Whenever you're ready, he can throw himself in. But yeah, it to me it was hilarious what these scumbags had done because they wanted to see if they could lock these people in a hotel for a couple of days, and they were told when they have to eat, when they have to sleep, when they're allowed to go on the one ride that it takes them to. Like it was a whole systematic thing. You could only
$5,000 a month
hours.
or night.
Huh?
For $5,000 a night?
Yeah, and basically a prison.
Jesus, that's like half a year's rent.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, it's an experience that you have to do. What's the experience? Someone explain that.
So you were looking for somebody to explain it to me. Let me explain it to you. So I am working in conjunction with Mickey now to actually bring torturous joy to every person that comes into the park. So we are sitting there, we're gassing them before they get to go out in the park. We are giving them all the best stuff, the big Joker smiles with razor blades. Actually, I'm not working with them. I'm actually working against them. Why do you think they had to shut that thing down? The pigs are busy at work. We are setting little fires all over the place, and we are going to watch that place burn right to the ground. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well.
Stay out the crayons.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that too earlier. Oh, my God. If you want to refresh them, you could as well. But, oh, dude. Just
unbelievable. The commies are in charge. You see it everywhere with a lot of these damn companies and a lot of these stores. And real quick, I want to touch on something about the commies being in charge and the ridiculous. I noticed some people that were posting some shit on Twitter about Targets, about how they got that the Pride shit already early. Let's get it in early. It's like Christmas time with freaking Pride stuff now. Let's get it in before it's actually Pride month. So I know that they were posting stories about how they have it front and center. Guess what? None of the stores I have down here do that. They have it hidden. They have it hidden like somewhere in the middle of the clothes aisle in the tiny little section so you can't even barely see it. They don't have any banners around or anything. They just got all that stuff for them right there. Good for them. They want to have that stuff. I don't really have that much of a problem, but don't put it in my face. And the way my Targets are doing it, it's not in your face. It's putting in a little aisle. I'm actually surprised there's some people whining about it. But guess what? Most people with common sense, especially people down here, don't give a shit about that stuff. You live your life the way you want to live. Just don't put it in my face. And that's what a lot of these companies are completely failing at. And it's one of the reasons that the crayon eaters at freaking Disney are failing so damn hard. And I am taking great joy in watching it burn. Disney, burn. It's a mouse house inferno. Burn, you suckers.
That's right, man. Dude, they deserve what they're getting right now, And again, like I said, the writer's strike, that was part of it so that they could stop the bleeding because they're hemorrhaging money everywhere, Again, what happened with DeSantis, that was pretty glorious too. And again, I'm not praising any of these politicians, but to see him hurting Disney, to me, made me laugh my ass off. Because it's
get what you deserve, baby.
Yeah.
You know what though, Disney did it to themselves. They did it with their own arrogance. And you know what? They had gotten such a sweetheart deal originally from the state of Florida when they opened up that park. And what a lot of people are missing out of that deal is Disney was actually supposed to create more than just a park. They were supposed to create with everything that they did with a lot of these extra parts, and I think it was actually part of the Epcot Center and everything like that. They were actually supposed to create living spaces. It was supposed to be a city of the future with the monorail system and all that stuff. That was supposed to be a fully functional city for people to live in. And Disney turned around and said, that's going to cost too much for us to actually do that. Instead, we're just going to expand our park instead. So really, if you want to get down to it, they violated the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what Epcot stands for. Experimental Prototype City of Tomorrow.
Yep.
It was supposed to be a city.
Yep. Yeah, and Walt, he had that in his original designs. Every year they were supposed to add more to it, make it bigger, better, the best technology, playing around with these concepts and ideas, because it would bring more people there. His Imagineers, like the stuff that they did, they invented things that we've never seen before. They did a lot of this stuff on the fly. You get the best engineers imaginable, the best people who knew what they were doing, on every level, to make sure that they would get these things to work, to have this amazing experience. Because it wasn't just about having a theme park. He wanted something that, we're always inventing. People should always be doing something more to better the world, put something more into the world, And then it went the opposite way. And they destroyed it. They made these things, these little, boring freaking theme parks now at this point, with broken down machinery, outdated stuff, because they never did what they were supposed to do. Keep the technology going, make it better, improve upon what was already there. You know, they have it in small increments. The theme parks overseas did a way better job. You know, their rides, they use all this different technology. If you ever get a chance, like look up like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride over there, what they had done with the screens, and it's like this whole cinematic experience. It's not, you know, one little dip with the boat and then you see all the animatronics. No, it's way different. You know, but they did it with a bunch of their stuff over there because they're doing it. There's other places that have smarter people. Over here, I think there's too many lazy people. Again, it's part of the discussion we had earlier. You know, the crumbling of society, and you know, they're making sure people are addicted to porn and other weird shit and all these other things, and no one wants to do anything. You know, it's the lazy thing. It's the handouts. There is a whole yin and yang that needs to be in place, but always strive for something better.
Well, you know what, Vinny? I will say that's one of the things that actually Universal Studios has done a lot better than Disney. They've let their overseas branches start these new projects. Like they let them do basically the Nintendo world over there to see how well that they would set it up and then use that as their model for when they bring it here. That was the right thing to do. I mean, they actually thought about it like, yeah, okay, they're doing it a lot better over there when they're putting these things together, and they're like the testing ground. So whatever they get right, we can implement it here. And if we find stuff that's going to work better, then we'll put it in our design, add it onto theirs. But yeah, Disney, they've always had this arrogance about them. And they think no matter what they do, that it's going to be like Midas's touch and it's going to reek of gold. They thought the same thing with that Star Cruiser. And look how well that worked out for him.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
well, again, they perverted his vision. You know, there was something that's supposed to be set in place to make things better, and they went off script and they did their own weird shit, and they put in all these money people who destroyed everything. You know, or just to maintain what they had for a bit, and now it's just this whole destruction. And and they're getting it tenfold in the face. I am curious to see what Universal is going to end up doing, because they had like a whole new map laid out on all the land that they had, and they're going to do all these sections. There's going to be a Universal Monster section. They have all these cool little things that they're doing. They're massive though. You know, it looks like there's going to be like I think Dracula's castle, Frankenstein's. They have like the Creature of the Black Lagoon. Like, come on, doing a water ride with him. Oh my God!
Well,
could you imagine?
Well, you know what? I still say they should bring back the Jaws, and they should bring back the original the Norman Bates house from Psycho. But they're probably going to have a lot of extra room anyway, because from what I understand, Disney is trying to bring the Simpsons over to their parks now. So that means that Universal can no longer have it if Disney is planning on doing that. Because right now Disney is scrambling to try to find a win for their parks, and Simpsons is probably like one of the last things they got left that they can rape and pillage.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Trina had to go. Oh man, just missed him. All right, well, Trina, have an awesome night if you're still listening.
Be well, Trina.
Yeah, but no, dude, it's We'll see what happens with all that stuff, man. Because I have faith in Universal, because I think their whole theme parks are way more fun.
That's what I plan on going to whenever I get a chance to come down there. So.
Oh yeah, dude, you're gonna love it. So much cool stuff.
I tell you that's one thing I do regret. That before my father passed, I didn't have a chance to take him to the Harry Potter section in there. He loved the shit.
That's what I want to go to, because I want.
Yeah, the Gringotts.
I want to get a Slytherin wand, and I want to run around fucking people up with magic.
Patronus.
Yeah.
Being a Death Eater and shit.
Dude, even that, they have a little coaster that's there on the outside of the castle. That's a mini coaster. The one on it, dude, that thing was fun. It's short, but it was fun, that little thing. But there were two other like bigger rides that they had in there. Gringotts, and I think that's the one with that's the bank, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one with my people.
There's the motorcycle one too.
Oh,
hey, did they have the pints of the butter beer, man? Because we just sit there and drink that, Tommy.
Or the Haggards, whatever the fuck.
Adam, you can't have a butter beer. There's so much sugar in there. One sip will make them amputate your foot.
Oh no, diabetes.
It's I'm warning you, man. Yeah, that's some of that shit. Whew, over the top. But you know what I did see last time we were there? They have like little stands where they have like fruit cups. So if you want to go a cleaner route without all the poison and shit,
Did
do
they carry
some
the flags
options.
around?
The flag?
You said you said they were fruit cups.
Not that kind of fruit, Tommy.
I am fruit.
I was sitting here trying to be a professional.
Are you only professional? Guys who act like a bunch of
Pistachio ice cream.
always saying they're gonna kill each other.
That's all right. You're not the only one disappointed me. My wife is giving me the no face.
Oh no!
But-
Now you did it.
Uh-oh. What'd you do now, Tommy? What did you do now?
I was just being me.
He opened his mouth. He opened his mouth. He got in trouble. He's getting the look now.
Oh yeah, Frankie's right. The Kong man. Oh, that ride was awesome. The original Kong one.
Didn't they have the Indiana Jones thing too?
At
one point.
Do they still have that? I can't remember. We did the Mummy ride. The Mummy ride was awesome. Holy crap! It's a coaster, and then part of it is in complete darkness. And they did something I've never seen on a coaster before. It goes backwards at a certain point.
Oh God,
dude!
I was like, coasters that do that.
Dude, I was like, what that? But in the darkness, dude, it was fantastic. And then there's a couple of moments. There's a part where he pops up and he's still kind of like gooey looking, like if you remember the original movie. And he traps you in a room and they shoot all this fire on the ceiling. Dude, it got so hot in there. I'm like, is this supposed to be like that? Like the amount of fire looks so dangerous. But oh my God, it was so much fun.
Rammstein concert.
Yeah, it was awesome. What was that, Chris?
It's like a Rammstein concert.
Yeah, they do Firefly or whatever the name of that song is.
Du hast mich.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Trying to think what other Bronson things they had, because I know they had Indiana Jones, but I don't know if they took it away and replaced it with that.
They have Marvel stuff too, don't they?
Yeah, the Islands, the Islands of Adventure or something, I think it was. But yeah, the Hulk coaster was great. They redid that one kind of recently, and went on before they did it, and then after is way smoother. But it's a ton of fun. That's the one. It shoots you out like 60 to 65 miles an hour out of the tunnel.
Oh God!
Oh, dude,
yeah. Those things are great. They had one like that when I used to unfortunately live up here in New Jersey. Great Adventure had one that was a Batman ride that was like that.
Yeah,
isn't that Danglefoot one? You were like hanging.
The Batwing's really good. You're on your back going up the first hill, and then when it goes off, you like turn and it's like you're flying like Superman.
And yeah, Chris, the Batman one, your feet did dangle off the bottom of that one.
Okay, yeah,
that's
what I
nice.
remember. Yeah, the one that
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That Hulk one though. Oh my God, I love it because it does the clank for a little bit, and then it shoots you out of this tunnel. It's like you're like the gamma radiation, like that's the theme of it. So it's as you're going, like, and there's like a warning, and it here's like, oh, the containment unit bursts, and then you shoot out of it, and the first thing like it goes on this on this spiral dip. Oh man, it's so much fun. And it's the one that it kind of goes underneath like a little like water like bridge thing. Oh, it's cool. It's really cool. And it's great too because like I'm happy that they got rid of what they had previously. They're dueling coasters. Maybe that's where I fucked up my shoulder. Who knows? But again, this is years ago, man. Maybe we're talking close to 20 years ago when I was on it before that. It was before the Harry Potter shit. So they took down these two coasters and then they changed it all into the Harry Potter section. But the two coasters, we went on this freaking coaster. That thing was the most violent coaster I've ever been on. It was the red and the blue dragons. It was like dueling dragons, and at one point they almost like they crisscross or they face each other or some shit at one point. And one was tamer than the other, and I didn't know what the hell was which. And I was on the more violent one apparently. When we got off. Like it's the first time I got vertigo coming off of a coaster, and I feel like I was going to throw up.
I'll tell you, one of the worst coasters I've ever been on, Vinny, and this was in Busch Gardens
Frankie banged his head.
in Virginia. So they had this one, it was called the Apollo. So when you go on, you walk onto this thing, and you stand up, and the seat comes up underneath your crotch. Everybody wound up getting the nut crusher except me, because the guy next to me warned me. He said, dude, I've been on this before. He says, bend your knees down a little bit. And I said, really? He said, yeah, bend your knees down, because the shoulder harness comes down to your shoulders. And after that comes down and it starts locking forward, the seat comes up in between your legs. So if you got your shoulders standing all the way up in the damn harness, when it comes down, locks you into place, the seat comes up and slams you up against the shoulder harness.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
but you know what? That was actually a very disorienting ride, because you're standing the entire time. Really, even with that seat there, you're still standing. So that was extremely disorienting. I mean, just think of that. Think about standing on a roller coaster when you're going through loops.
Holy shit.
Ouch.
Manliness. Draven banged his head on Dueling Downs. Holy crap.
Ouch.
Yeah.
You're going downs. I mean,
you're going downs. All the way downs. Yeah. There. Speaking of doing the Batman thing, hold on. There was another member of the Bat family. I got to see where I found this. I don't know if you guys have seen this before.
Is it Batmite?
No, not Batmite. Hold on a second. Yeah, there's this is another member of the Batbro community. It's actually it's Gal Gadot.
Oh.
Yeah, look. She's the Batbro forever.
Batbra.
Nice. That's funny.
I guess she wanted to be Batman.
I'll take it.
She's like, if that dummy Ben
She's got to wear the mask though during.
Yeah, keep it on. You can leave your hat on.
Yeah,
Right,
you keep it on.
She's
such a gorgeous woman.
Yeah, keep it up. What's wrong with you? That's creepy and weird.
I'd be down for that.
Halfway through, I'll take it off of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You
Draven's like, leave the mask on. Draven says, leave the mask on, drool a little bit, and just keep saying, yeah, right there, right there.
Or right as I'm about to go, I'll pull it off and I'll be like, "Who are you?"
Say my name.
Where is he? All of a sudden, it's Vinny needs to do his Mickey impression.
Oh boy, we're burning down. Oh shit, man, yeah. And Draven wants her to rip off the mask and be good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty great. Holy hell! But yeah, I hope everyone had a fun night tonight. I think 2 hours is a pretty good marker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go around the horn. We're not doing one next Sunday, but I'm gonna try to do one on Friday. And we might do a toy one this week as well. There is something I did film. I put it up. I just need to make it public.
You just need to clean it off first, because you were hanging out with Draven that weekend. I understand, Vinny.
What are you talking about? No. You got it all wrong. God damn it, Tommy. No. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, because there's a couple of other things too. I'm hoping to shoot, or I don't know. We'll see. But I do have one that's already finished. So.
What caliber?
Yeah.
It's
you need your Alec Baldwin.
It's a big caliber. It's
never go full Baldwin.
Full Baldwin.
If you need a few things on tips and safety with a gun, just give me a ring. I've got you covered.
No, I'm good with tips. I'm giving the tip right now to She-Hulk.
Mushroom tip.
Yeah, Draven, let us know.
Toad. I'm always giving them the mushroom tip.
That's right, yes. Buddy, let everyone know where they can find you, what's going on, and tell them about next week.
So this coming week, we'll be doing our normal Dynamite on Wednesday. Oh, I don't have a card for that yet, just because they haven't put it out yet. Yeah. So Wednesday will be Dynamite. This is Road to Double or Nothing, and then Thursday we'll watch ROH, and then Saturday night at 10 we'll watch or 10:30 we'll watch Rampage, and then Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern we will be watching Double or Nothing. The culmination of a couple months worth of shows coming to a conclusion. So
awesome,
should be a good time. And thanks for having me.
Dude, always a pleasure, man. And and looking forward to the next time we do some more Mario Kart. Because holy shit, man, what a blast!
Oh,
yeah. Excellent stuff right there. Let's jump over to we'll go to Adam, brother.
Yeah, man, that was some awesome Mario Kart, and just sitting here being a part in the background, being able to talk with you guys and laugh and listen to ETEP go off constantly and Reese laugh at him. And, oh man. So much fun, just like tonight, though. I mean, this was a blast as always, man. So thank you for allowing me to come and be a part of the round table. It's been a whole lot of fun. And I'm glad that the guinea pigs made it on to join us for just a little bit. So good to hear you, Tommy.
Hell yeah,
and till the next one, boys and girls.
Well, that's it. It's about good conversations with good people, And again, we hit a lot of what's kind of going on.
I know ETEP has, I think, Jeff Hicks coming on tomorrow morning for the morning show. So hey,
beautiful.
Be in the chat. So,
nice, excellent, man. So thank you, Adam, for being here. I'll jump over to Mr. Adega. Doctor
Hey.
Adega. How you doing, my friend? What
Thanks
do you got
as
for the
always
folks?
for having me. Just started a new book on my YouTube, so if you guys wanted to catch in another part of the Blood Witch, did the prologue today, and I did want to give a very big thanks for Tommy for helping me out last week. We did a Q&A, and it lasted almost 2 hours. I can't believe it went that long, but it was a good time.
I'm so sorry about that, Adega. I'm very sorry.
No, it was actually, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I know it was to answer people's questions. There was few in chat and several that were given to me by a couple people, but Tommy was great company, and it was fun to do. And you guys are great company, and I appreciate the evening.
Oh, dude! It's always great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that one. I popped in a little bit in the chat for last week, and it is great just hearing how you break down things and stuff too. And just again, I love your approach on all this. We got some
Maybe
talent
looking for
here,
somebody to do a dragon too for the next book.
Yes. Well, we can definitely make that happen. That's gonna be cool. But hell yeah,
if
man!
you want
Thank you,
to,
Doc.
I've got somebody else who could do dragons too, but if you want to, it's first come, first serve, or maybe 2 of them. But I need, and just to get your imagination going, now these things are big, really, really big, but the mythos of dragons is different than everywhere else. So this one would be very much like a dragon, except say you take a dragon and crossbreed it with an owl. So mostly dragon, but it has owl features.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's what I'm looking for. Yep.
Nice. Yeah. I'll have to
But
think about
anyway,
that one. That's gonna be pretty cool.
thank you.
Nice. Hell yeah, man. Dude, Doc, thanks so much for being here. I'm happy that you've been having a fun time too with that Resident Evil game. Before we talk a little bit about that before the stream. Excellent stuff. I want to get back into those too, because when you start unlocking things, it becomes even more fun. That's for sure.
Well, I had to do it hard without any cheats first,
Mhm.
and now I'm doing it pro with a hand cannon. So it's like, oh gosh, this is snore. It's so easy with that thing.
Yeah, well, you got a freaking elephant gun, and it's a good time though. I mean, just seeing people get split in half. I mean, those monks, holy crap! You know what I'm talking about? The ones
It's
that are in the
almost worth
ceiling.
watching Chris die with a chainsaw to see him being lifted up. Oh gosh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, there's some brutal stuff going on in those games, but we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to talk about what's going to be happening with like Resident Evil 9. There's some more info that got dropped. I don't know if you were aware of any of it, but yeah, we'll talk about it on another stream for sure. Some really cool stuff if these things are true, because right now it is kind of rumor, but the same people who dropped those rumors were very accurate on the last 2 games. So that's saying a lot. And they have been working on Resident Evil 9 for 2 years now.
Ooh.
So that means they got a lot of work done. I mean, there's still going to be some time before it gets released, but we should be having some info, maybe 4 or 5 months, I think, but we'll see. But speaking of other awesome creators, and just again right here, another legend, we got Chris Fisk. Brother, let them know.
Shifalo.
Shifalo.
Turns out that isn't an invented word.
No, I know. That's Chris's word, by the way.
It means that you can't tell if someone's Jewish or if they're Italian. They're Shifalos.
I told you, the same thing when I heard Shapiro for the first time. I'm like, it sounds Italian, but it's very Jewish. But yeah, go ahead, Chris. Yeah, let the folks know where they can find you, and anything else you'd love to say.
Oh yeah, you can catch me on Draven's stream for the wrestling and for the cackling at the rage on Mario Kart nights. And on Tuesdays I stream with he's now calling himself Meth Gator, but it's Black Angus. And on Thursdays I hang out with my friend Aaron for Immortal Rising Comic. We got some pretty cool guests showing off some comic books and stuff. And obviously I got my own book going, and I'm hoping that I can start showing some of that stuff because we're halfway through the year now, and my God, it's a big book. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for having me, man.
Huge, man. Huge, tremendous, fantastic, dude. Thank you for being here again. It's always a blast hanging and having a good time. Brutal Morningwood, brother. He's another bad bro, everybody.
Yeah, the failure of the faps in the night.
Oh, shit.
the dork night. No, hey, thanks for including me. This was a lot of fun, and it's nice to escape from the escapism and just yap for a while. And I don't know if I could just leave anybody with anything. Just pay attention to what's going on around you, man. Just pay attention to what's going on around you.
Absolutely, man. And do the right thing, because there's a lot of people that don't. We leave the world in a better place, not in a worse place. That's always a good motto to go with. And dude, Nelson, we got to get you on another one as well. It is always a blast hanging out with him. He did the Orange Man the last couple times he came on, and that was so much fun. And by the way, people, go over there, go check him out on Facebook too. He's got some awesome work. He just inked up ETAP recently. Amazing piece he did on his arm. Awesome stuff. Super talented, and he's going to be doing a piece hopefully soon, I think, on our friend Adam Shawhan, and it's going to be some more bad bro stuff, and it's going to be epic. So hell yeah, man. Sort of a collaboration of components, right? Yes. But Tony, are you there, brother? Are you?
And you can catch me. Number one, Black Angus is one of the first people I met in this whole community, Chris. He's good.
Hell yeah.
I remember when he just started doing his channel. He's like, and then when he hooked up with Flipped Out and Rookie Critic, and they started the Fandom Collective and all that.
Wow.
Good people. Yeah.
Yeah.
As for me, you can catch me at Burger King eating a Miles Morales chilled watermelon Whopper.
I'll take 3.
I thought you were going to say you could catch you in the bathroom after eating one of them.
Hey, that is delicious.
Man, that Halloween Whopper they did with like the black bun, I'm like, okay, I want to try that because I've never eaten I've even had like brown bread, pumpernickel or whatever, but black bread. I'm like, let me try this, and I was like pooping Aquafresh for a week. Not all
that was your punishment for appropriating that black bread.
Yeah,
You got aquafish coming out of your ass like toothpaste.
And I wasn't the only one. Like USA Today wrote an article about it. Search Halloween Whopper green poop, dude. Like it became a national story. It's like Trump's a racist and everyone's pooping green.
Did you at least learn not to eat black buns?
Yes. I
Or
learned
is that
lesson.
all you eat is black bun now? Giggity.
Whoa.
Yeah. I could only imagine eating that. What's gonna come out? Like I'm good.
Right?
I don't need to make Kool-Aid.
It's like Blueberry cereal or Flintstones Fruity Pebbles cereal. Stuff will make your shit glow.
What you know?
Frankenberry, bro.
It's funny that you brought that up because watch the video. Frankie showed me a video of this guy. He normally does like retro toys and stuff, and he talked about the monster cereal, Frankenberry, and all that. And what had happened, it was a big thing. A kid was it looked like he had blood in his stool, and it wasn't. And they found out that it was actually the cereal, and they did tests and stuff on there. And basically, like they had the kid off of everything, and his stool went back to normal. And then they had him eating that cereal like for 2 days or something, and it was all again. It looked like there was blood in his stool again. And they found out that it was the dye, and they go, "Oh, but it's all right, other than the color. There was no other major problems." Are you kidding me? The FDA got involved with that shit as well. And then the same thing happened when the blueberry ghost there,
Blueberry, yeah.
Blueberry, yeah. When that came out and things were turning bluish and purplish.
Oh no, it's fluorescent green, man. You shit out basically Cookie Monster.
I love Blueberry and Frankenberry. They're my favorite.
They never had that issue.
Does the wolf get no respect at all? What about Fruit Brute?
Yeah, dude. Well, Fruit Brute was the last monster. He came after Fruity.
He was all right.
Actually,
no.
He was an earlier one. The Mummy and the Fruit Brute monster were actually before some of the other ones.
Really? Because I thought it was just
no. You're thinking of the re-releases of them when they just recently came back out with them again. But if you look up the history of that actually came out before one of them. I don't remember if it was Frankenberry or Blueberry. No, it was either Frankenberry or Blueberry. The Fruit Brute came out before one of them.
We go on so many tangents. It's glorious.
Frankenberry. I'm old enough to remember.
Yeah, Frankenberry was the first one, and I remember Count Chocula, or at least the second one, because I remember those two were very, back in the 70s when we had them, or the early 80s. That was it. And then they had Blueberry, and I was like, oh, there's blue one. This is cool. And then they had Fruity Yummy Mummy.
Around.
Yeah, it was like a Halloween.
But don't worry, everybody. They said the Count Chocula, everything looked normal because
it's brown.
Yeah. Which, you know what else was interesting on that video? It was actually made with oats and rice. And then they switched over to that shitty corn, and everyone started blowing up like ticks.
Yeah, corn is not digestible, dude. It's the most dense starch you could possibly hit.
It's one of the worst out of all the grains. Anybody that has type 2 diabetes, one of the first things that any book that has any kind of common knowledge on how to get rid of type 2 diabetes, they will tell you cut out anything with corn because it is the worst grain that you could possibly ingest.
God.
Bill Gates is singing.
Yeah. We can't do that. I can't even play that freaking Alex Jones clip anymore. It looks like YouTube really, really, really hates that clip.
No,
it's horrible. But dude, Count Chocula, my God, I love that cereal so much as a kid. And recently, I got it when they did the that last release for Halloween, this past Halloween.
Yeah,
man, it was delicious. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's like, I haven't had that crap in forever. I'm like, that's since I was a kid. I'm like, all right, let me get it. And I'm like, this is freaking great.
Did anybody try the one that were supposedly they had a limited edition one where they threw a bunch of the different cereals like a monster? I think it was called Monster Mash.
I had that.
Anybody try that? Because that would be interesting to find out what kind of colors that people could get after eating all of them.
My shit looks like a fruitcake.
It wasn't too bad.
My poo looks like the Pride section at Target.
Oh, that was awesome.
I don't remember my poo changing colors from it though, but yeah.
glowing in the bowl.
My Count Choculax.
It was a monster.
It has that weird hum to it.
Holy crap. Another monster. Oh, come on, man. He's always breaking my balls. I love monsters. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, and it was always like artificially shortened because like you can only get it around the holiday season or Halloween. So, dude, like whenever that shit came out, man, they're like stocked up on it.
Oh, totally, man. Well, even this last time when I got it, like look at the ingredients list. I mean, it wasn't as horrible as some of those other cereals that are out there. You know, I'm like, not too bad. What the hell? I risked it. First day, I was all right. A couple days later, not so great, and then my body got used to it.
My body got used to it.
Yeah. If I ever want to damage myself with cheap cereal, it has to be the peanut butter crunch.
Oh, Reese's, the big orange box.
No, Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Peanut butter crunch is what it's called.
That tiger's a liar. My cereal doesn't carve up the roof of your mouth.
Well, hold on. There's one that isn't as damaging. It's that Puffin cereal. They have a peanut butter version, and it's close to Captain Crunch.
What, is that Kix?
No, it's not Kix. There's like a Puffin version.
Magic Spoon isn't too bad when it comes to
The
peanut
cheap
butter.
kind that comes in the bag.
Yeah.
My problem with
the
Magic
bag.
Spoon and stuff is like there's barely any in the box, and same with there's a Catalina Crunch or whatever is the other one.
Yeah, and they're like $10 a box.
Like $10. It's like Jesus Christ, because I was
live in
gonna try
Alaska.
it. I was gonna try it.
But
I was like, it's a healthier, alternative. But they
Grain
want to
free.
Yeah, they want to
Yeah.
charge like an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah, that ain't happening. $10 for a box of cereal. Are you kidding
And
me?
it's half a bag. It's half a bag. It's not even.
Oh,
What the? Oh yeah. They cut down the ounces, right? Oh yeah. I'm looking right now. I just typed it in on Amazon. They have 4 boxes of cereal for $44.
What?
And it says that there's 7 ounces each.
That's
my God.
That's like a bowl. That's like a bowl of cereal.
When you
A
go
serving
out to
size
the
is a
food
half a
store,
bowl.
when you go out
my
to the
Hebrew
food store,
senses are
you
tingling.
grab every box, every can, and throw it on the floor so you can get those discount prices on it. Remember, keep doing that.
Oh,
I
That's
don't
infuriating.
remember what movie they were doing that, but everything that they bought, if you throw it on the ground and dent it all up or smash it all up, you get a discount at the register.
That's hilarious.
It was
Wasn't
just
Big
4
Daddy
years
with
ago.
Adam
That stuff was
Sandler?
half that price.
Yeah.
Well, by inflation, I mean shit. Now we're just any cheap thing is freaking so expensive now.
Well, I
Well, then add
think they
more
market
people, though,
too
so-
because of it being healthy. So they rope a few people in to like it, and then they say, "All right, now you're gonna pay twice."
Yep.
Yeah.
Scumbags. But I'm sorry. We were doing outros and we busted into that. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's Tony, was there anything else you were gonna say?
No, that's everything. Just go get your Miles Morales burger.
Why is it a watermelon? What, dude? Come on.
Well,
No,
with the-
and you know what? And that's what your question. That's what your question. Why is it a watermelon? I want to know why the burger wasn't chicken fried. That's what I want to know. If they're going in, they might as well go all the way in.
Dude. Yeah,
Chicken
like
fried steak.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Surprised it's not a chicken and waffle burger.
God damn, that is so racist.
Dude, it's
Does it
horrible.
come with
They're like,
purple drink?
Yeah, does it come with a side of purple drink?
You know,
They can't help
They do
themselves.
have purple surge at Burger King.
Everybody, go check out Tony on Twitter and read what he wrote because it's hilarious and so true. On that, so yeah, whew. Unbelievable, but yeah, it's crazy. They're targeting people for. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm gonna stop before I go any further and hurt myself even more. Tommy, let everybody know where they can find you and anything else you'd love to say.
We get the moon. Now, you know where to find me by now. You know what the pigs are doing. The pigs are having fun. They're eating lettuce, they're eating parsley. They're having a good life, and they're helping me out with all the toy vids that we're putting up, and of course, helping me out with all the battle bots. Just did get another requested. Thank you, Eugenia, for the request. He actually requested a bounty hunter tournament, which I don't get a lot of requests for tournaments, but I put that one together. It was relatively easy to put together. He gave me the list of all the robots he wanted in, and pretty much the lineup he wanted in. So that's done and ready to be edited in my editor and put up tomorrow. And then I can get back to work on that big tournament that I'm going to be working on, where we're going to end it in a live stream actual fight. And that should be tons of fun. Yeah, that's about it. Just having fun doing the toys, the battle bots, and the pigs having their time on camera. So thanks everybody for stopping in. Every single person in the chat. I know I got in late. I had to run around because we had a few oopsies here in the house, and I had to go take care of business. But thank you to everybody in the chat that's been in here for participating, and of course all the awesome people on the panel, including Trina, who had to dip out. Damn you, Trina! You ran because of the pig. Just admit it. I scare everybody away. Guys, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent, and the pigs are going to get you. And we're going to infect you with the were-pig virus later.
Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, I think maybe Trina had one of those Whoppers, and it kicked in.
Oh, no.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I think she should be back this Wednesday. Wednesday, right? For the
What are
real
you guys
Hobra.
watching?
So I believe it should have been Dracula Dead and Loving It. I did see that before she went on her hiatus. So again, a classic. I'm looking forward to talking about that. I'll bug her tomorrow and see if we're still doing it on Wednesday. But yeah, if so, tune in, because that's always a blast talking about these great movies. And I know she's planning something the end of next month, I believe, too. I got to see if I'll be able to do that or not. There's a couple of things I'm going to be in the middle of, so and I might be losing internet at the end of June, so for a little bit. But no, we'll see. But more about that later on.
Real quick, Vinny. So the pigs have been at war with a few of those companies that have been giving us a hard time, including CenturyLink. And the pigs had a victory against CenturyLink. They admitted their wrongdoing, and they gave us 3 months for free on the internet because of all the problems that I've been receiving. So
nice.
Yeah, thank you to that person that took that call from CenturyLink and doing the right thing where everybody else just refused. Appreciate it.
That's a guinea winnie.
Right? Definitely.
It is indeed. Piggly Wiggly.
That is fantastic. Yeah, and everybody, I mean, you guys know my stuff's out there. You want to get it, please do. We got some awesome projects, and I believe you could find them again on Google and on Indiegogo by typing either the name of the campaign or my name. It should take you to the campaign. So City of Venus is back through the woods. I think they're still working on Shadow of the Kraken, but I'm seeing about that, because for some reason there was some kind of glitch in the matrix and people couldn't find my damn campaigns unless they had the direct link, which is kind of bullshit. But it's in the description anyway for all my stuff. Again, you guys want to help out, please do so. City of Venus, Through the Wood, Shadow of the Kraken, jump on those projects. You don't want to miss out on them. I'm actually going to be dropping off a couple at the post office tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for, again, the people who backed that, back those books. Thank you, Runner, Trina, everyone else. You guys and girls are all fantastic. Everyone out there in the chat, Tina Bojan, thank you for being in here. Brutal Morning with Manliness and Motivation. Chris, Chris is in the chat and on panel. Another monster. We love our monsters. Oh, I'm hoping to do soon. I want to do the black and white Dracula review. I'm hoping to get that done this week as well. So fingers crossed that I'm able to make some time for that one. Frankie Knows, thank you so much. Edwin the Ace. By the way, Edwin's got a project out there. So if anyone has links, want to drop it, please do. Edwin's good people. Tommy Nelson. Nelson, get epic dude right there. Tune in tomorrow too. Don't forget to ETEP's morning show. It was a blessing. Soul Assassin, Lion Ratton, Sam Rogers, thank you for all being here. Tree Rock Creations, Papa Cotton, Godzillionaire, epic, awesome people out there in the chat. I hope you guys were entertained and enjoyed the conversation tonight. Some of the cool stuff we talked about, some not so cool stuff, but important conversations regardless of kind of what's going on. BTV, thank you for being here as well. What about? I think I got everybody. If I missed any, Toy Mafia. I think I have everyone here now. But if I did miss you, my apologies. Again, tune in this week. We should be doing either a toy stream or Friday one or both. It looks like it might be both. We'll see. We usually play it by ear, and we'll give you a heads up when we're going to do it. So, everyone, thank you so much. Have an awesome night. And we haven't played Flare in a while, so we'll go out on Flare. Everyone, woo! And have a great night.
I want to see it. Let's see what you got. Limousine riding, jet flying, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun that could kiss any woman right here, even that fat one, and make her cry. Brother, watch this, girls. Woo! Woo! Hey! Woo! Woo!